Today on Co-op for Two, Greg and I travel to medieval France to defend the great city of Orleans in Orleans Invasion. Greg, thanks for coming on today.
Thanks for having me.
I am so excited to play Orleans Invasion.
Yeah, I'm excited too. It's one of my favorites.
Now, you taught me this game several years ago when we were just becoming friends. Now,
Oh, you
here's what
hadn't played it before? I can't remember.
definitely had not
You
played
didn't
it.
own it at that point?
No,
Wow,
definitely
I
not.
feel excited that I actually.
Oh yeah, I bought this game. But here's what I don't remember. See if you remember. Did we play the competitive version first?
Yes.
Before? Yeah, we played the competitive version.
Yeah, it was a rare thing where I felt like I was like, wow, you're actually going to play. Because I was like, well, we could try this. I think maybe we did have the cooperative version in mind, and I kind of talked you into it because I said, well, it's not a lot of. It's kind of a multiplayer solitaire kind of a game in a way. You're competing over certain things, of course, but like it didn't have a great take that. And generally, Jesse would shy away from more competitive games. With me, he seems to be playing that quite a bit with other people, but and it says something about me. But it was kind of a nice lead in to play the actual invasion game.
I'm not going to give away my thoughts about the competitive version. I'll save that for the review. But
that's for your other channel, Competitive for Two. So I could tell you're excited about this. We did our intro like 15 times.
I am excited about it. It is a fun game.
Well, I did say to you, we were doing a lot of longer games, and I was
We
kind of
just
hoping
finished a 12-hour playthrough.
and then like a 4 or 5 hour play of
Chronicles of Crime,
a fan-made scenario, and I said let's do something shorter, maybe something that I really love. That's like. I said I wanted some cubes.
Greg is like a nuclear submarine, and if certain things don't happen, don't get played, if certain games, if certain strategic things don't get filled, if their tanks don't get filled up, it risks exploding.
So I had a friend that had like a brother that worked on a nuclear submarine, and they had narcolepsy, and I've never kind of like.
That does not seem safe.
That's craziness.
Although there are a lot of people on a submarine whose job is to like sweep. So maybe if your job is sweeping and mopping, it's okay if you have.
Is that a sufficient rabbit hole for the beginning of this episode? Yeah. So I mean, this game I think was interesting. It was kind of a cool thing because it was like, here's a twist. People like deck builders. Everybody's making deck builders. It's like back in the day when it was like, I like video games. Okay, well, how about Street Fighter? And everybody's like, yes, how about every game be Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat? And I was like, I love Double Dragon. And it was like, well, you want a new Double Dragon game? Yes. Well, it's going to be a Street Fighter style game. And sort of deck builders became like in everything for a while, right? It was like, it was Dominion was big, and then everybody's like, well, let's just, and then people started bashing, like sort of bashing together themes and being like, here's a Euro with this and that. And, and this game kind of had that. They were like, well, what about a bag building game? Which like the 6-year-old in me like always snickers at the part of that, part of the thing. But
but get it.
It's okay. So it was like a little bit of a twist on that theme, right? Like on the deck builder, like and there was only like one other game that did it prior to this one, I believe.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like I think it was a race car
automobiles.
Game. Yes, that's what did it.
Is automobiles predate Orleans Invasion?
I
mean Orleans.
It did. I might have that wrong, but
you might have the.
I felt like one. Either or they maybe came out close to each other. I can't remember exactly, but it was getting some pretty good buzz, and then then I played it, and then we kind of. I played it with my wife, and she didn't really like it that much. She didn't hate it, but
We're talking about automobiles or
no, this game. I've never played automobiles, and I thought, oh, whatever. And then I got the invasion module because, like, to me, like,
don't go too much into the review part.
Into the weeds.
Into the review. Save the weeds for the review.
Save the weeds for everything. We're always in the weeds. But like, no, I mean, it's kind of cool because this is, I guess we're getting a little off track here.
Okay, so let me bring us back on track. You can, when you watch the review, we're gonna have a long review of this game. But okay, so we've set up the game.
Obviously, it's gonna be long.
We've set up the game, and we should say we've got a couple of extra bits.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you have
the Board Game Geek bits, and there's two ways you can get special stuff for this game. There's a deluxe version of the game itself, which has wooden things instead of the cardboard. Normally these will be little cardboard pieces.
Yeah, but you pointed out a little thing about that. Well, we can do that in the review. Let's just play.
Okay. Anyway, so that's these little circular discs are the only thing that's different from the base game. And well, why don't you walk us through how to play this game?
Brief overview here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna have a few people in our bag. We each start with the same four, and then we'll be taking actions on our board. We'll draw from our bag, place them on our market, and then we'll be, simultaneously planning where to put our people, and then we'll just take whatever action as long as we filled it up. If we haven't filled it up, or even if we have, you don't have to choose to take that action. And then most of the actions are going to be involved taking these people, which have various effects. These. I was going to make a little joke earlier about this is not Orleans, this is Gears the game. It's for Jesse. Nothing is better than Gears.
I like the Knights too.
Yeah, he does. It's a close second. Yeah, but the Gears will make your actions more efficient. You won't have to place a person there. This merchant gives you the ability to buy some buildings, which are additional action spaces, and the boatmen give you money. The knights allow you to draw more out of your bag, and the scholars will allow you to move you along this track.
And then all of these people you're using there's other reasons why you're buying them to reuse them.
Making it.
Okay.
So this version we have to build. There's a couple win conditions here. We have to send. If you've played the regular version, they don't have the achievement board or whatever it's called. I can't remember now. But,
beneficial deeds.
Beneficial deeds. Thank you. But you have this instead, and you're like putting food in. Putting money in because you're going to get this invasion, the barbarians.
So this is our win the game board.
Yeah.
We have to get 5 knights.
You have to get 7 citizens.
Citizens, that's right.
From various,
which we get in different ways.
And then $30.
You have to contribute 30 gold, money. That's right.
And then we have to have coffers. It's France, so we need wine and cheese, of course, and then grain for our presumably our baguettes.
Right. And then, as you say, we have to build little forts on these places that don't yet have forts.
So because it's a two-player game, we've placed these odd color, green. My friend Kitty.
And what's the other thing we have to do to win the game? We have to do our personal goals, which we're going to get in a second.
No, and you forgot one other win condition. One other thing. At some point, you have to stop Jesse from placing gears. like Jesse, we can win the game now, so stop placing gears, or we can win the game.
This is a game that really requires you to sort of build and then shift, and I tend to be late to shifting.
So this is a little bit kind of like Flashpoint, where it's like we take a lot of the fun of this game because it is fairly solitary in a way. Is to like come up with your strategy. In the beginning, take 10 minutes to figure out what you're going to do, and then kind of have a little pop in. Hey, how are we doing over here? How are we doing towards our goals and stuff,
Yeah, this game feels a bit like a sort of cooperative race. We're sort of racing to get this stuff done before the time runs out, which is the real killer of this game. This event deck.
Yeah. I mean, that's the only
goes
thing.
So quickly.
That's the only thing that.
Yeah.
I mean, and we've left we've got the lightning bolts in there, so it's extra difficult. I feel like, we got to set the bar high, and I feel like we win
usually lose
this
game.
We do usually lose it, but we always lose it by like one grain or one bottle of wine or something. Like it's always like
or one bad
event.
It's
like literally one action. I think we've lost this game 3 times. The last 3 times we lost it, we lost by like one action. Like we just had to put one thing. I have the grain, I just can't get it to that board type thing. So that's happened quite a bit. It is very difficult. And I mean, if you're like holed up in this, if the enemy army is outside and you've built your fort, I mean, I'll sit there and have wine and cheese all day. Let's do it.
All right,
just give me my cat and we're good.
Yeah, where are the cats?
So we're in typical fashion. We're each going to go for 2. We're going to look at the 2 and make a decision as to...
Now, one of the interesting things is... Oh, give that. I got it.
Yeah, I don't think you should
I'm
do
coveting
that.
this one.
In all seriousness, I don't think you should do that. Okay, well, explain the choices.
I got to keep this way over here so Greg doesn't steal it from me. Look at that.
So here's the thing is that, like...
Some of these are easier than others.
Yeah. So it's really strange because the general... Like it's a goal, meaning you have to do this extra thing. But in reality, like it would be harder if it said you couldn't do this. So the general is like, it's almost like not even having a thing. So I would urge you to not to not do that.
No, this is the one I want.
You really are taking it?
We have a hard enough time winning this game.
That means I'm going to have to take the hardest one.
Good. That's all
Fine,
right.
I'll take the Councilman. That's the hardest one.
That is hard.
No, that's not. I've actually never played that one. I was thinking about the what's the one we did the one time? The estate manager.
Yeah, where if you as soon as you don't get one of his
Yeah.
things, each
This one
round
is
he's got something you have to do,
bonkers.
right? And
And
the
you
moment
have
you don't
to-
do it,
you're done.
which is very cool.
It's really hard, the hardest one. That's the hardest one that we play for sure. Okay, Councilman, I have to fill up the special board. And the librarian. Well, why don't you read that? And I want to see.
The librarian says you have to achieve a development status of at least 5. You have to build a trading station in Lock, and you have to have 4 playstyles. This is another one where it's kind of like these are nice goals to achieve on their own.
Okay, so I want to remember because they do list to you.
Which ones are hard and which ones are
Yeah.
easier? Yeah, right there.
Okay, so here it is. For easier game use the Councilman, Fisherman, General, Innkeeper, and Librarian. Okay, so I'm gonna.
They're both easy.
I'm not doing that. You're taking.
You want to take the mayor? That's hard.
You're doing the
That's
easy mode.
so
Yes, I'm
hard.
doing the
This
mayor.
is so hard.
Well, you're taking easy mode by taking the General, so I'm taking the mayor.
Really?
Yeah.
We're gonna lose from
Now,
that.
Well,
We're
then
gonna lose
take somebody a little more difficult there, buddy. You're taking.
So
you're-
and then you'll take an easy one. You
No,
want me to
listen,
take a hard one, Cece?
we're locked in. You said you're locked in. We're locked in.
Okay.
Now,
That's
the next thing we're gonna do is you're gonna visibly see Jesse's stress level decrease because I'm gonna hand him the instruction booklet.
I do appreciate
that.
that. I think for this game we shouldn't need it much.
No, I don't think we will either. But okay,
right,
so
so
my
you're
goal.
not-
Let's
you
just
don't
go.
wanna
real-
try-
I need
have
two,
you ever had that
two
one?
extra people. No, and we're gonna do 10. Two
Very
citizens and
difficult
10
because
points.
these are the two things that we usually don't get enough of.
Okay, so let's have a quick powwow, right? So this is what we
Mm-hmm.
usually do when we play. Jesse has to complete the night tracks. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he will need to take 5 of the nights. Okay, I'm gonna have to take the other 3 in order to be competitive.
You might get lucky and some might come back, but
So that will give us 1 citizen. And I was trying to remember. Now money is gonna be a big thing, so I should probably take the boatman
it makes sense.
because I can get this one
Okay.
and.
And a bunch of money on your way up.
And money.
Okay,
so
yeah, I think that's a
that.
good
What did
idea.
we say that was? It's the same length. Track 5, right? 2, 4, 5. Okay, so 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, look at that. Okay,
That's fine.
so that's gonna mean
You should probably take the
I'm gonna take the
building
herb
that
garden.
turns boatmen into wild cards, but remember, it doesn't turn them into wild knights.
Yes, correct. So I'm gonna need to purchase the herb garden. This
That's
is
a
also what we
1.
do.
That's a nice thing about that building. It's a 1.
But it's not as good as this track.
You have to build a 1 before you can build a 2.
Yeah, but
No,
it
it's
doesn't
definitely
allow
it's not
you
as good
to-
because it's not night. It's wild.
Yeah, so the knights are not gonna. Yeah, that's the problem there. So, and I won't have very many knights. Okay.
You might want to put gears on the night spaces.
Yes, because
This would be another way for us to get. This would be a nice way to get people. Have one of us try to go high on the.
So
that
let's
track.
let's go up the thing. So normally we do a split here, right? We're gonna need extra. Now we've talked about this before, where we've tried to do the. You can get if you can get to the end of all these tracks, you'll get that citizen, and we've never done that.
It's so hard.
It's very difficult, but I mean, by taking the farmers, you're getting these goods that you can use to put
Yeah,
up there.
yeah. I tried to do more farmers last game. It does work to an extent, but it's so hard to get all the way up there.
I mean, but yeah. So one. I mean, that's a lot, right? And you don't get the incidental bonus of being able to, like in the competitive game, one of you's ahead on the farmer track because
True.
it isn't as
But
good. You
look,
get that
we
coin.
could
With
try to
civil
dump them
defense.
in there. Yeah.
Every single time that we played this, and what do you think we played this? 10 times together? 12
Yeah.
times?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, maybe 10 times.
No, it's got to be more than that because we've played this game together on like 5 different occasions, and whenever we play it, we always play it
Play
twice. I
twice,
almost
mhm.
insist on that. Well, I guess that's 10, but maybe only 2 or 3 times we've tried trying to get the civil defense or trying to use them, and every time we do, it's like it's a loss.
A
But we
lot of
are
this
in-
game is like, let's try this, and then halfway through, you bail out.
But maybe that's the thing you got to follow through. Okay, so what else do you think here?
I think I'm gonna need the 2 building, which is the gear building. Could I see the ones to
I
see
think I
what
should
one
take the
is?
gear building because then that means that
Yeah, right.
I'll be able to control the like it's like the
Like if I just had
There's the gear building.
right, so that's going to be a 2. So I'm going to need a 1 of the
Well,
ones.
before we get started, then I'll remove them from the game here. So
That's another 2.
the
The
school
school
is
is
great,
is super. Someone's going to need to build that.
So if you do both of those, if you have this, and the knights,
I'm gonna.
then you're gonna be in a really good.
Yes, but don't forget these are both 2s. I'll have to build a 1. That would mean I would have to take. Well, that's 3 and 3. Okay.
So other tile. Oh, you want to look through these?
I want to look through the 1s because I need a 1.
So essentially, we're each gonna, now there is a tile that can kill one of your people, and you put it back, which means you can actually take that action again. So but it does get a little dangerous there.
So this would be a perfect one for me if I'm going to try to get us.
One
up
of us
on
has
here.
to go up. If you're going to do this,
I'll
you
do
could
this
that.
and this.
Well, especially since you're going to have a nice and.
Yeah, I think that's a
kind of
good
no-brainer.
triple.
That's a 1 building. Okay.
One of the bad events is you lose a building, and that's where we've gotten our game ground to a halt in the past.
Well, there's one tile that blows up the buildings that are out of play.
That's true. That's
which
no
is
problem.
fine because we don't care. We've already decided on what we're doing. Okay, so the well is a little bit of a cheap.
Is that the one that I removed from the game? That's the one I normally remove from the
I
game.
think we should get rid of it. It's too easy.
The one I would, it's so weird. It lets you
Really
do an
can.
action twice, but you're doing a hard thing, so you might want to try it.
Well, you're doing an easy thing, so I'm not
That's
taking
what I'm
notes.
saying. The thing that you don't normally get that you have to remember is super useful is the travel cards. Like, because it's so hard to travel around, don't forget.
Okay, first of all, 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're all the same, I guess. Okay, so I'm taking these guys because you're going to be building gears. I'm going to need this.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. And the other building that we're going to have to take, that I feel like we need to take, is the horse wagon.
That's the one I.
Yeah.
It's easy to underestimate how useful that is.
I mean, at some point
Moving
in the
around
game,
because of the forts.
moving around. So,
This
I'm
is
not
a
sure.
1, so this is a 2. Okay.
yes. So I'm just wondering what else is a good, so if I'm going to try to go, this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
You know, there's another.
So one of us is going to take 4. See, this is going to be the thing. I'll probably have to take more monks, though. Is there if you're going to have the knights, the scholar, and the school, then I'm going to need probably to take the. I guess you could take this, and I could take the monks instead. But it is harder to make monks when you don't have scholars.
And this is what gets you gears. Don't forget.
Yeah, so maybe
That's why you were saying.
Yeah, okay. So
You still got one
of
more
us is
building
going to have to do.
choose.
So okay, so you're going to do this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right?
Correct.
Okay. So you, me, split, me. So it's kind of kind of tied up, right? So who's going to take the farmers?
I'm happy to get farmers. I'm happy to do lots of farmers.
I mean, I could as well, though. But I mean, maybe we both should.
Yeah, let's get.
But the thing is, moving around the outside of the board kind of gets you goods and stuff anyway. So maybe what I should do, if we're doing that and we're getting stuff from here, is I should take one of the things that allows you to sell goods.
You like that building? I can never make that work.
I don't know. Maybe it's a terrible idea. I don't know if that's a. But I mean, it does seem kind of neat. It would be cool to take the farmer. Like if you were playing a 4-player game or something, and one of you was like, "I'm going to take the farmers and I'm just going to grow all the grain and stuff that we need." That would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
I like that you take the well out, but then you take the gears and the general. I can't believe all the shuffling
You
you did.
can
You
take
ended
the
up
well.
with the general.
You can take the well.
I mean, this shipping lane. I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing.
You shouldn't be doing books. I'm going to do books.
But what about
yeah,
the boat?
well, here's your triplets. You're going to use the boatman as wild cards.
Right. Well, I mean, the sellers gives you lots of money. How are we making money?
Money is good.
We're making money here, and the boatman. That's how we're going to make the money. So let's just look through what goals we're going to do. So we're going to try to do this one's one of the easier ones.
Yeah.
Even though we almost
have
always
to assume we'll do that one. I'm going to do that one
so
first.
we need effectively what is it? 7 plus 2. We need 9.
That's what's going to kill us.
Right. Okay. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 if we can do it.
Never happened.
7, 8, 9.
You say 9, but I think since we need money for you, it's only 10, but still it's a lot. This might be easier if we can travel.
Well, this might be easier too. If we're going to do the farmer tribe,
let's do the farmer.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's the one. Okay. All right. So let me just, because I can just always put them in the. I can just as soon as I get the farmers, I can put them right into the.
Well, yeah,
into
you
the
might
town
consider gunpowder tower. So I'm going to explain this gunpowder tower to Greg again because it's
There was something
unusual.
weird about it.
There
yeah.
is something weird about it. what we assumed is normally you can send 2 people, which is exactly what this looks like, to the beneficial deeds or wherever. The gunpowder tower, you notice these arrows are different. That's to remind you that the gunpowder tower is not just extra places to send people here. It's extra market spaces. So you can actually draw out to
More for
more
your bag.
people.
Okay, so I'll take maybe one of. We'll see how it's going, but I'll take one of those. So
My market stand looks pretty good to
yeah,
me.
yeah, I like it. But so I'll wait on that. So
okay.
what we're gonna do is we're gonna set these aside. So Jesse, why don't you add
Just put
yours?
them down over here, maybe,
Okay. I'm gonna put mine here so I can see them. Maybe put them face up over on there. And
so I can see them. Okay.
And then
So
that's
these
kind
are
of,
not built. We
they're
have to
not
build
built.
these.
We're just gonna put them there as a reminder that that's what we're kind of our strategy is gonna go for. Okay. So that's our general powwow, our strategy session. Right.
We've got
I
space
can
here.
put
That's
my,
where
let's-
when we build our buildings, they're going to go
Why
here.
don't you could put your
Sure.
person right here,
Okay.
and I'll put mine here so we remember.
So
that.
this is, I don't even have to look at this again. That's going to happen.
No
Can't
matter
stop
what.
it.
Can't
Can't stop it.
It would be kind of a funny variant to say like you be the
Don't.
general and you just
And don't.
but you can't do those.
can't do those.
It's crazy. Like a goal of a game, like your goal of the game is something that like would be harder to not do.
Well, yeah.
What do you think the first 4 tiles you're gonna draw are gonna be? Okay, first thing happens is donation. At the start of the round, the team receives a donation.
Oh, that's nice. 3
What?
books. Now, what's
Have we
the...
ever gotten
I
that?
don't think so. But now, is the rule that we split those? Yeah, we split them. So I'll take the books. It'll move me
That's
closer. That's great for
insane.
us.
Now hold on. If you move, if you're gonna reach the end of the track, no problem.
It's not no problem.
But I'm just saying, like,
It's not
would
no
it make
problem.
more sense to send me up so I have a chance to get some of the money and stuff like that?
It's not no problem.
Okay, then we'll move you.
But
no,
you
it's,
have a good point.
it's-
You
yeah.
have a good point.
Okay, so let's move you up. 1, 2, 3. So that immediately gets us 1 citizen. Would you like to place that, please?
Should you want? You can put it on your thing. But,
Now let's put it up. Well, it doesn't really matter.
okay.
Okay.
And
well,
one
it's
wine.
technically, I guess you received it anyway, so
Yes,
just to keep it.
One
Okay,
wine
at the
and
start of the
3
round,
wines.
the team receives it. 1 wine and 2. So, oh, this is another way we can do it by getting this stuff.
Yeah, that.
I forgot about that. That's like seems easier in a way.
It's
Maybe
not.
I should take like
It is. If you get that
if I get the
building, that lets
can
you
make us.
drain from that your choice.
Well, there's the cheese factory. It's If I get lots of.
Or what about the one where you can trade money? You
The
could,
wine.
You could trade it to get
All
whatever
right,
you want.
let's keep that option in the back pocket. That's
Okay.
another one building that you could take though. What's your one building?
My one building is this library.
Okay. All
That's
right.
what's going to get me books.
I mean, there was that other building that that gives you like some money in one movement, which I kind of felt like.
Money and movement.
Yeah,
Oh, you mean in
it
book?
gives you a book. Excuse me.
That's
and then-
great, except look. Oh, it's a 1.
Yeah.
But it's the people I'm not going to be taking.
Well, that's true, but
It's a
you
little
could
harder
cover
for me.
one of the things up.
And I could wild card them with this.
That's
well,
true, too.
That's interesting.
Now, the reason I've taken the windmill over the library before is simply to ensure I could go up, but also to bring some. You can never have too much money because there's some points when you can buy things that you don't normally. You know what I mean?
And especially for this. Yeah, my gut is telling me this.
Well, why don't you leave that over there
but
as
I'll
a
put
as a
this up.
potential?
Okay.
So let's.
All right, you're going to take the wine, and should we
Am
just
I
split
taking
the
the
money?
wine?
Yeah, you should take the wine, I think, because you're the more likely to get the building that lets you convert
Okay, whatever.
and split the money.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. I mean, I'll take 2. You can take 1. What's up
It's
with your shirt,
interesting-
Jesse? Shroot Farms?
Do you know what that's from?
I think it's from that Office or something. Yeah, okay.
Something.
I only know that from memes. I've never seen I've seen all the Office from whatever.
Well, I am a
Brand.
huge fan of the English original. Love it. That's
I've
my
not
kind
seen
of
a
humor.
single one of them.
The American Office, which has got like 12 seasons or something, is terrible, but
Is it really?
it's not.
It's really
not
popular.
It's
like insanely popular.
it's funny after you invest 6 years of watching it. You're just like your brain gives up and says, okay, this is the
Interesting.
scope of humor. But I much prefer the original.
All
right,
So
so
we're
that
gonna
was
pull
a-
our 4 people.
Yeah, let's show
Wait,
people
hold
how
on
to
a second.
play.
Hold on. So that has a timing thing on it.
That just tells you it's not the normal end of round effect.
Oh, I
that
see,
little
yeah.
symbol. Okay, so you pull. We each pull 4 from our bag because we're on both on 4. In the beginning, you only start with these 4. You put them in your market, and then you decide where to send them off.
So it's not going to get me any. Buying a knight now is not going to get me any extra movement on there. The farmer isn't really going to help me. I mean, if I'm going to buy that building, maybe I should just buy a. See, it's like what kind of throws the chicken or the egg? Do I buy the?
Yep.
Do I get this guy so I can get the herb garden right away? But then I have more merchants than boatmen.
Yep.
Or do I just take the boatman and then he's not as useful?
Yep.
So whatever. I'm gonna get a. And I'm gonna move the merchant.
It's agonizing, this game, the decisions.
I'm gonna leave him up.
I'm gonna start with my knights.
I'm gonna put my. So, I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah,
so normally what we like to do is we offset
we
our
offset
people
them,
until we're ready to commit. Because sometimes you do it while you're planning and then you'll change your mind.
That's a good reminder.
And it also helps you remember what things were locked in from the previous game.
Locked in.
Locked in. All right.
Jesse, I am locked in.
I'm locked in too.
Okay, so we got to slow down. Normally when we play this game, we're like. There's been one occasion where we had to stop and say, "What turn are you on?" Because like.
Yeah,
I think because
Greg has a tendency to zoom ahead.
Hey, look, I got a lot of faults, and I am happy to admit them. And one of them is, maybe moving too fast.
You could call that a fault. Okay, why don't we do our turn in order?
Okay.
In the original game, it actually sometimes matters who goes first.
I think in the competitive version they say, if you get to a round that you think it's going to matter, you say stop. I want to do this in player order. And the problem with games like that though is that like. You're kind of telegraphing them that you want to do something specific. Like it's like where you're like, oh, well, now I'm gonna be. What are they trying to do?
Well, it's also a very weird situation because like you can't lock in because what the person does may affect what you want to do. So it's a very weird case. Okay. So show them what to do. You're going to the village to building one of these three. You've chosen to build a merchant.
Yeah, I don't know if you build a merchant.
Hire a merchant.
I took from your stack.
Okay. And then move your guy.
My merchant's going to go up to a 1. That allows me to build a building 1, which is going to be the herb garden, so that I can start. And now this is my building specifically. Let's do it this way.
And you've put the new merchant into your bag. Okay.
So I hope. I did not. That's funny. Okay.
What are you doing? You went the wrong track.
I did put the merchant. Yes, I did do it.
Greg's going out of Greg's spiraling. He's not used to having to.
Normally, I'm like the one that's like cleaning up and like, well, Jesse, don't forget to do that. And now I'm floundering.
Okay, so I hired a knight. So these go in my bag along with the knight that I just hired, and then I move myself up on the knight track.
And now you're able.
Now I can draw 5 tiles per turn. Okay, and now we're at the end of the round. Turn over a new event.
Did we forget something?
Oh yeah, where's our thing?
Pass the start. Okay, it's because of this. All right, so now we're to a next round. This one's going to be Earthquake. At the end of the round, turn over 5, place tiles in the supply.
This one we don't care about because we've already planned out
what we're going to do. So this is going to be pretty quick. That's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these. That's most of them that we haven't picked out. I'm going to go ahead and tell you. Well, one of them is going to be the well because we felt like that was cheating. It's too easy. Oh. I thought it was the vineyard, which is terrible. The tavern, we're never going to do that. I don't know. What do you think?
These are all great cards, but that's what this game is. It's wonderful options that you just can't do.
Just in case we need money at the end. Okay. So these are now out of the game. I'm just going to place them over here. And now we're ready to start planning again. We're going to draw 4.
I'm drawing 5, but actually I only have 4, so that's kind of maybe a suboptimal move I just made.
All right, so I'm definitely going to do I'm going to start building up boatmen since they're more. I have the herb garden. I don't know how that translates. My boatman has an herb garden. That's one part of it that I'm always kind of like.
Well, it's like aquaponics, hydroponics.
Hydroponics. Oh yeah, okay. Well, just because you like go on a boat, you're near the water, doesn't mean that you understand how.
You know how to irrigate. You know how to bring the water.
From being on the water, I don't know. I don't buy it.
You're a water expert.
I don't think that's accurate. I mean, I'm holding a sextant. I don't think that's helping me like irrigate my crops.
Did you read? Speaking of sextants, have you read Adrift yet? Have you started reading it?
Yeah.
Where are you up to?
I don't know, maybe like 20 pages or something.
How
are
you liking it so far?
Yeah, it's interesting.
Oh, is he overboard yet?
Yeah, I mean his boat is sunk. I mean it sinks almost immediately.
Okay.
So, but yeah, it's I mean I'm just started it. So.
So by the way, that shouldn't have happened till the end of this round, but it doesn't matter for
that's
us.
true. Yeah. Oh, that's why, because at the end of the round I was like, wait, there's supposed to be something we're doing, but just because the other one was first.
Correct.
Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna just be getting a boatman this round, and I'm just gonna leave these 2 merchants here because I'm not quite sure what my best move is there.
Okay, so I'm locking in.
Or
I'm ready
maybe
to
I
take
should
my.
not. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I'm going to take my action first. I'm going to the village. I'm going to take a merchant.
You didn't ask me if I was locked in, Jesse.
Well, you don't have to be locked in for me to take my thing. So I'm taking a merchant. I'm moving myself up.
I think the planning is all first, and then you resolve.
Yes, no. I think
Joel Hall is a place on the market, and then a sign follows. And
okay,
then
sorry. Are you locked in?
I'm locked in, Jesse.
Okay, so I'm building my
I just want you to think about me for a minute.
Which of these am I going to build?
Well, you have to build a. Oh, I see. Okay, so this one's going to allow you to go faster, but this one's going to give us money that we're probably desperately going to need. So I can see.
But these people I'm not going to have any of. I think this is the way.
Yeah, but you're going to
I'm
need your knights to move around the board.
Well, that's true unless I give
You always end up having problems with the ship thing. Like you always end up saying like.
I think this. I'm going to have a lot of these and a lot of these. Windmill.
I knew you were going to do that.
So I've built the library.
It's one of those things where you're like, I'm going to try to convince this person to do something, and I know they're like, I'm going to listen to you, but there's no way I'm going to do that. Okay, so you built the woman, and you took your merchant?
I took my merchant. I moved myself up on the track.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to buy a boatman. And that's good. Oops. Yeah, that's me, right? Yeah. Okay.
And he's a wild card except for
knights. $2.
Okay, good.
And which is very useful. Oh, I should have put. No, you have to have a soldier. Oh, because your soldier guards the money.
Knight.
Your knight, excuse me. So I was thinking I should have done that so I could have immediately popped that up there. Because there's nothing I could have done just with my 2 merchants.
Yeah, and remember, you can't send your starting people to up.
Yeah, correct. Which I guess I could have put him. Should I have sent my merchant?
It's really interesting strategy. Do you want to get rid of your merchants? I mean, you need them for this, though, Greg.
And this. Okay, so I'll save it. Okay, so then this would have happened. We already did it. So now we're to a new round. So we're going to turn this over. Okay, that means we need an extra knight, which is going to be fine.
It is? Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
Okay.
We're going to draw our 4. In Jesse's case 5. Which reminds me,
Which I still don't have 5, which is terrible.
I'm gonna start getting some soldiers. And sometimes you kind of make your action based on like, oh, see, I need scholars to get the monks. I could get a scholar.
Oh, this is going to be a suboptimal move.
I wonder also if it's not a bad idea to start moving around if we can, but I can't because I don't have a knight. So I need a knight. Yeah, what a tricky situation because I don't have. I think I'm gonna take a scholar just to try to get, and I'm gonna use my boatman in place of a farmer. Just because I'm gonna have to get one of these guys anyway in order to make monks, and the sooner I do that, the more flexible my whole machine is going to end up. It is kind of nice actually because when this deck event tiles goes into the discard, you can see when they're equal, that means that you're halfway. Although the knight one is over there, but you kind of have a sense of like we're halfway through, time to start really pushing towards the goals. And I like to generally like sometimes as early as round 3, I start sending people or things up because it does. You're really tunneled into that situation of like towards the end of the game, you really start the town hall, the transport, and the craft guild become like very useful.
You really
and you don't necessarily have enough time. So
yeah. All right, I'm locked in. I'm feeling nervous about my turns these days.
I'm going to go quickly here. I'm just going to take my knight just so I can start drawing more, and I'm going to take my scholar, and that brings me up to 2. Not enough to really do much.
Okay, I'm going to the village. I'm hiring a.
Oh, Pete, my bag is falling apart.
I'm hiring a. What are these called? The farm? Not the farmers.
Scholar. Or no, a merchant builder.
Craftsman.
Craftsman.
So I'm taking a craftsman. I'm doing this. I'm taking a gear. Could I have a gear, please?
See, it begins.
So the gear you sit until the round's over, then you put it somewhere. The first gear has to go on top of a
And
farmer.
you would think, because of like how many gears Jesse builds in the game, that he would think that the catapult was the easiest thing to do. But no, he never. He like something.
I do the catapult.
Sometimes.
I do the catapult.
It usually takes me twisting your arm a little
I
bit.
do the catapult.
Okay, so that thing would happen at the end of the... Oh, that happens immediately. Done. Okay, now we're to a new round. Yes?
Yep.
Okay, so now the event is this round you cannot use the town hall. Well, that's good to get this early. It's really weird that they have that early. Although I guess early on in the game, like you, as I said, you want to do the 1, 2, 3, 4. You want to make your mix proper, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 2, 4, 5. Okay, so I probably should do that. Man, I should have gotten rid of that merchant because I don't like him being a... Oh, this sucks because I really want to get another knight to start moving along there. Tricky. Okay, this round you cannot use the town hall, that's all. Maybe it's time to... Maybe if we're going to get farmers, maybe I should just start getting farmers. I really want like one of these other guys. I want to build this, but I don't have a... I think I'm going to take... I have some guys here. I'm going to put... I'm going to leave them there, I guess. Yeah, because I'm not going to draw... Well, I'm going to put him up here, just so I can draw... No, I'm not leaving him. All right.
Okay, I'm locked in. Shall I take my actions
Locked
first?
in. Go ahead.
I'm coming to the village, and I'm hiring a merchant, which moves me up on the merchant track, lets me buy a 2 building. I'm building the school. And then I'm also coming to the university and hiring a scholar, which gets me 2 more books. And scholar goes in the bag.
I'm going to buy a monk.
Now my scholars are wild.
I'm going to buy... this.
So the monks are wild anywhere.
Okay.
Okay. No one built town hall. Next event.
Okay. Let's put it here. Demolition. The team loses 2 gears. Wow. Well, we only have 1 to lose. Oh, per missing thing you have to pay $3. Well,
That's better than losing a gear.
no, we need money desperately.
So do you remember if the rule, sometimes the rule is when you lose something, it leaves the game and you can't get it back. And sometimes it goes back into supply. I believe this means it leaves the game, which would mean that
Let me see that.
there's a hard limit on the number of gears. So once you lose those, you can't do it. So it's at the very, it's at the end somewhere.
That thing. That's the dignitary. What's it called again?
Demolition.
Demolition is... Nope, you return to supply.
Return to supply. Okay, so that's good.
Okay. I think you should build another one and we should break it.
Really? You don't think it's worth $3? I think it's worth $3.
Okay, think of it this way. The action, in order to make $3, so like this, you need a monk. You need 2 people in 1 turn to make $4 with this building. Like, you can build...
This is what's I would use to build a gear.
Yeah, which
but
is...
I can only build 1 per turn.
I don't know. I guess, I don't have I'm not making a gear, so...
Well, actually, you are the only person who can make gears if we divided this up the way you want to divide it up. I've used my 1 craftsman.
These, like I need, for my goal, I need $10. Plus this, plus if you want to do these 2, we might need to do that and that. That's the only thing. You can make gears very easily.
Not now. Not at this point. I can't. If you want me, I'll have to take one of these craftsmen to build
Then
the
we
gear.
can't finish that line.
Well, then you should. Then you're gonna have to do it. What can I tell you?
Do what?
Build a craftsman to get a gear, and then cover the gear up, and then give away the gear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, scholars are wild.
Kind of want to build a monk again. And then kind of want...
I do have a boatman piece in there.
Although I need to do this. Man, I didn't draw what Maybe I should be making more boatmen. I guess I gotta put my money where my mouth is if I want to build this. I can't actually build a gear. I didn't draw any of my boatmen.
You do have a monk,
but I don't.
But you don't have a craftsman. You needed 2 wild cards. All right. Well, we'll have to pay the $3. I don't know any other way around it.
Other than you just building another gear and losing it.
I can't build a gear. I don't own this building. The only way for me to build a gear is do that.
Right,
That's what I was saying.
Right,
I mean, I'll if you want.
You're right.
All right, I'm locked in.
I mean, I'm gonna move. I'm not gonna move. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. I think I'm gonna put him up there. All right, I'm locked in too. I don't think this is the best game I've played at, Jesse. By the way, I think I'm suboptimal.
No,
all right, I'll go first really fast. I'm gonna buy a knight, move up this track, and I'm gonna buy get another monk.
Okay, I'm coming to the village. I'm buying a merchant. It's the last merchant allocated to me, and my last building, the laboratory, laboratory. Then I'm going to the university and buying a scholar, which bumps me up here and gets me 3. 1, 2, 3, which gets me $3, which is the $3 we will use to pay for the gear. So, and then this gear gets destroyed.
Okay, so at the end, I'm just not going to give it $3. It's back in.
Now this is interesting because now I can put a different gear on this if I want.
You could, yeah.
Which is an interesting thing.
All right.
Is that a lightning? Yeah, that's a lightning. So that's an
sure.
event that you don't, you wouldn't have to play with if you wanted to take it easy.
Ready?
Next event first.
Thank you for the reminder. This one is good wins. At the end of the round, one player can use a waterway.
Okay.
So that's pretty good because so let's hold on. I'm gonna draw my tiles and I'm gonna show you something. 2, 4, 5.
That's a pretty bad.
I gotta get rid of these merchants. I keep drawing them.
Yeah.
Like I don't need them.
These are pretty terrible. This is terrible.
2, 4, 5. Oh, I get one more.
Wow, that's terrible.
Yes, I've also done quite badly. I gotta get more of these boatmen in. Okay, so your
wow, that's terrible.
so one of us usually will go this way, and the other ones can go this way. So I'm gonna buy the horse wagon, right? So maybe I'll go north. Maybe you should take the waterway at the end of the round, Jesse, and come down here.
Okay.
And you can build a gear on that. You think? Because if I'm gonna build a horse wagon, it's gonna be easier for me to go along the edge this way, right?
Sure, I'll go the waterway and I'll put a gear on waterway. But boy, I've got a terrible. This is just as bad as it could get.
Yeah, it's not good. I'm just gonna put this in for now to see. I definitely want. I'm
gonna get rid of one of my merchants. This is just too much.
I'm also gonna get rid of a merchant. Oh, hold on. But what do you? I can't. Only one of us can get rid of the merchant though.
What do you mean? Well, we only need one merchant. Oh, is that right?
You know what? I'll stick this guy up here, and I'll just leave him for a minute. Oh no! You know what? I can use him on this. I'll put him.
Where are you going to throw him?
Well, you send your merchant to the board. It's fine.
Where are you going to put him? What are you going to do with him?
Don't you need merchants to make the?
I mean, yeah, I need merchants, but I feel
You
like
should keep
I've
your
already
merchant.
gotten half of the merchants in my bag.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
All right, I'll use mine as. Whenever I draw one, I'll just throw it up.
Oh,
ready for the
to
craft
spend
skill
money.
and
To
stuff.
spend
Okay,
money.
that's what I'll do. Yeah.
I'm not doing anything this turn. I'm just.
Nothing?
I can't. I drew terribly.
I mean, I guess I can leave these. Or can I?
One of these I don't have to
Can
put
I
out.
build a knight? Maybe I should build a knight instead, so I draw more. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do a knight. Do I want to go up again on the university track? Why do I want that?
You don't want to go up on the university. Oh, yeah, no, you don't particularly
just to
want.
start putting some stuff up, I might actually do this, which seems kind of crazy. Because I could build. I mean, I left these for me, but I don't really need them.
The only thing they
So
would
I'm
get
not
you
gonna
is
build another
like
one.
when there's income, you get your income.
Yeah, I really should start building the tradesmen, but I kind of want to put my stuff over. What's better, to draw more or to buy a tradesman? So is a knight better than a tradesman? I think actually, I don't have I can't even do that. I can't even make a tradesman, so it doesn't matter. Okay, or a craftsman. Craftsman? All right, I'm locked in. Ready?
Wait. There is something I could do this turn. Maybe I should.
Oh yeah, you're not doing much. Good.
No.
All right, so I'm gonna send $4.
I'm just getting a farmer. Oh, and this guy's going up here. Could you put that merchant up there? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your
No,
turn.
that's okay.
You sent $4. Okay.
You
So I
do
built
my
a
last
farmer.
knight.
So I'll take a farmer. Move up. Did you take a wheat when you built your farmer?
Yes.
And I need a wheat.
Can you? Let's do this. Just start putting some stuff up there.
Could I? Oh, the wheat is
What do
right
you
here.
want?
Sorry, I
Yeah.
can take it.
Oh yeah, that's one thing to consider too. Is that like?
If we can empty
Well,
those
we
piles.
talked about that earlier.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, so
Okay.
down the round, can you move me down to there?
You want to go here?
Nope.
Here?
That's water. Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Because
That's
I
where
want
you
to
want
build there. Yeah.
Okay, so
I'll
one.
take that wheat, please. It's
Uh-huh.
too bad I couldn't do that in a different order because I would have been able to send that up just now. All right, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we've got progress. Pay 4 coins and build a fortified tower or trading station at your current location. So that's,
That's great for you.
but it's also quite expensive.
It's true, but I think it's worth a turn.
All right, I'm at my max. now,
Don't
so I'm
forget,
going
there
1,
you
2,
could get a building that lets you use your monks to get money.
4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I gotta build a tradesman. That's my thing. Got to do that. And to further show that is it's very hard for me to even build one right now. So
These are locked in from last turn. This is not locked in.
build another monk.
Not locked in. Okay, well this is a better turn for sure.
What can I do there? Build the tradesman, do the monastery.
That's a lot better.
Monks can be soldiers as well, right?
Monks can be soldiers. Yep, they can be anything.
Okay, I'm not gonna do that, Jesse. I'm not gonna build I'm not gonna build the trading station.
You're not gonna do it? Okay.
I don't think so.
Look what I got here. Nitro cold brew. Very curious what this is like.
I'll take my turn since you're doing that. I'm
Mhm.
locked in. You're locked in?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is going up. Give me a buck back.
That's
This
not
is
bad.
giving me another monk. Don't tell Jesse I'm taking all the monks.
That's all right.
And actually, I'm going to take the boatman instead of the craftsman because I can use him in... No, I'm not going to. I'm going to do this because then it will allow me to build my
Gear?
boatman and stuff faster.
Uh-huh. First gear
That's
has to
what
be
I
on a
should've-
white.
yeah. That's what I should have done.
Okay, so I'm coming here, building a knight. So now I'm drawing.
It's funny. Usually you're a
6.
lot faster with a knight.
I know. What?
Usually you build the knights a lot faster.
Yes, normally I do. Okay, laboratory. I'm building a gear. Could I have a gear, please?
Why don't you just take those on your side?
Okay, that's a good
We
idea.
both know.
Uh-huh.
We both know what's happening.
That's a gear to place at the end of the round. I'm coming here to university. Take one of these. Go up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and get $4. Okay, now the gear. This is interesting decision. I mean, it seems probably like I should put it on here.
Absolutely. No, the other way around. Here, because you're going to get a ton of these guys.
No, because
Because they
these
can be
guys
go in
can
either
be
one.
these.
Yes, you're right. Good. Very, very good decision. Like it?
Yeah.
Are we ready again?
You ready?
I think we'll take this tournament. We should have a little powwow about where we're at.
I think that's a good idea. Did you turn over the next
2,
event?
3. I did not. Oh,
Did we do that?
I'm not doing that. I don't have any money.
Wait, really?
I sent it up. I told you I wasn't going to do it.
Okay.
And you didn't protest. So your moment of being able to do it is over. Okay, support. Draw a follower, advance on the corresponding track, and gain another. So that's a dangerous one
That's
for
dangerous for us, yes.
us. Since we planned it out so well.
It is
So where
dangerous.
could that... Okay, well, let me just draw
That's
my
a good,
tiles. 'cause
that's
I
a good
started.
point. Where could that hurt
1,
us?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, it could hurt us here.
Yes.
We need... Well, no, if we're going to do this one, which doesn't seem possible,
If you drew it,
then you're in trouble.
then I'm in trouble.
In fact, you have to have a certain amount. You have
must
to. We
complete.
lose.
So we would lose. We would unless we got
Unless
the
we
thing
got the
that
one
brought
that
it back.
brought
But it
something
would
back.
put us really. So just don't buy a knight this turn. Don't.
I can't. I'm not buying any more knights. I'm saying it doesn't matter if I.
Yeah, but you
There are
could.
knights in my bag.
Oh, that's
I cannot get them
unfortunate.
out.
That's unfortunate.
Well, we will have to see whether that will be a really quick loss. That'll be surprising. That's never happened to us before.
That's true.
But we could keep going,
I
hoping
should try to get my knight into my bag. and maybe build another knight now if I can, which I can.
Yes. Yes, I think that's a good idea. You'll have a greater chance to do that. And I believe we could just pick the order then.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna build a knight as well. Can you fill your thing up here? Can I palantate that?
Huh? Say what now?
Say what? So I did this, so now I can do this much easier, which I should. And you're not going to build any more knights. Farmers I could do, I think...
Is there any point in building regular guild halls in this game? No. There's no point building regular guild halls in this game.
No, well, some of your roles might have it.
Yeah,
I think there's one of them that has to build some, which that one's kind of tricky too. We did that one before.
I think maybe I'm going to send some money up just because I don't have a better use of this
I think
knight.
that's a fine idea. Maybe we should have talked about things this time because I don't have much to send. Maybe I should build a fort since I'm there and I can start moving around. So I could do that. I can't actually. So maybe I should build a farmer. So you want to be a farmer? Here's a couple of acres. Okay, so now I'm getting a problem where like now I want to get rid of this. Oh, I can make another monk. That's what I'll do. And then I'll send. I should get another building or another boatman. Well, I could get this horse wagon actually, and I could start using that right away. That's what I'm gonna. Wait. Didn't I say you should go there?
Yes, you did, but then you insisted on doing it yourself.
That was the opposite way. Did you take this or did I take it?
This I got from building a farm.
Can we do this? Because this is what I said before we should do. I wanted to go up this route.
Well, if you send me there, then I should probably build a fort on that.
I think you should. Okay. Sorry, we went through the whole thing and then but you didn't
you absolutely did say you wanted me to go, but then you were so adamant that you travel.
I said move me. That's not adamant. That's like me forgetting.
The tape will show. Not the record show.
Let's go to the tape. So one of us usually will go this way, and the other ones can go this way. So I'm gonna buy the horse wagon, right? So maybe I'll go north. Maybe you should take the waterway at the end of the round, Jesse, and come down here. Okay, so at the end of the round, can you move me down to there?
You want to go here?
Nope.
Here?
That's water. Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Because I want to build there, yeah.
Okay, so
take that wheat, please. I guess I'm gonna put this guy here just to get him off of the. Actually, maybe I'll put this guy over there. Okay, ready? Locking in.
I somehow feel like I'm missing a person.
3, 4, 5, 6. Where's your 7th person?
Well, I'm only drawing 6, but I thought I had more out.
Oh, okay,
but,
I don't know. Let the tape show, Jesse. Yeah. Boom! Look at that. Like, that's our.
All right, I'm locked in.
You know, we haven't. People are going to be watching this channel and be like, why are they just playing board games? They haven't talked about a movie or a book in this entire episode.
We did talk about a book.
We did, actually. That's true.
And you were supposed to come ready to discuss how great that book was. And you didn't have anything to say about it.
It's okay
it's one
so
of my
far.
Favorite books.
Well, you know, I've read like tons of shipwreck and disaster stuff so far. And so far, this is, it's just, I think you can get, now, I wasn't, because you're very good about like, hey, read this, you recommended this, I'll watch it or I'll read it and stuff. So, you should reciprocate. And so you were very excited about that book. And so I was like, oh, I'll read it. But sometimes I start getting burned out on certain, like, Jill got me for Christmas a couple of years ago, some of the books that Shackleton had on his bookshelf in Endurance. And I was like, I've read too many Arctic, disaster stories recently. I gotta hold off for a little bit. So I kind of have been reading a lot of shipwreck stuff lately. So I wasn't that keen on starting a new one.
See.
So, like maybe, but I'm very not very far in so far. So, okay, I'm ready to go.
Hold on, before you do that, while we're taking a break, let's discuss. You watched a couple movies. I watched one based on your recommendation, Possessor, which was too gory for me, too much. You know what it had a feel of? And maybe you can tell me who directed it, because Jennifer Jason... this is a good quiz. Okay, Jennifer Jason Leigh was also in another movie, quite old, that had these weird, like, had some of the pieces that Possessor had, like this biological technology.
Existence.
That's right.
Hey, okay, here's
Existence.
Existence.
That is a creepy movie.
Here's a piece of trivia now. What's the relation between those two movies?
It can't be same director
It's
because
not the same director, but the directors are the link.
one's the father, one's the
That's
son.
correct, yeah.
So
when you watch
Cronenberg, David Cronenberg
which-
did Existence.
I'm wearing a David Cronenberg shirt.
It's like we planned it out.
And
but
we did
didn't.
not, actually. That's very clever. That's very funny.
So the son did Possessor.
Yeah.
Is
yeah.
that
He's
has-
done?
what
it's
else
his,
has
it's
he
his
done?
second movie. He did Antiviral as well. Now,
Oh,
Possessor
Antiviral.
to me
Okay.
is like it's very intense. It deals with a lot of interesting issues. You can discuss it. It's very smart. It's a very smart movie. It's got a lot of underlying things, a lot of things to discuss and contemplate and argue about or whatever. It's also looks really good. The it's very well directed, very well like the music and everything and the sets and everything look great. And I hate CGI. I mean, it really bothers me. Like that movie uses practical effects and they look great, but it is not for everyone. It is very gory.
Yeah, I mean, there's gore in it that I felt was like, why is that? Like, it's weird because it's almost like a science fiction movie, but then occasionally there are these moments of
like extreme
serious,
violence. Well, the whole
extreme
movie's
gore.
about-
Not violence, but real gore.
So I don't want to give away a spoiler for the movie, but I mean, I think it's integral to that's part of the entire
Really?
character's point. Yeah, we could discuss
Okay.
that off camera a little bit. But I watched a movie that you recommended. I was going to watch it anyway. Called Greyhound, which I thought was
we've
incredible.
already discussed Greyhound.
On the channel. Oh yeah, because we talked about like
That's old.
Yeah, which we have to play that.
But-
we gotta talk about that. Unseen. What was the 9-hour Kickstarter kind of crazy submarine game? You played it at Gen Con.
Yeah, U-boat.
U-boat.
Uh-huh.
Unseen is another. I think Unseen is the name of another. I think
There
that's
is
competitive.
yet another co-op
That's on your other channel,
submarine
competitive for
game. We watched Black 47. I watched that on your
yeah,
recommendation,
yeah.
which I thought was really
I didn't actually
good.
recommend it. I just said I watched
Yeah.
it and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it quite a bit actually. And you liked it quite a lot too.
Yeah.
It's very simple. And that time period is very interesting to me. I mean, it's crazy that there aren't more co-op games where they're like, look, we're going to take a time when of history that was brutal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was the Irish law. I mean, millions of people.
That's perfect for this. This
It
is
is.
like
I mean,
we're
you
in
could-
medieval time.
Yeah, you could see, well, this is an invading army where that's
Yeah, but same, same
but
time
but
period.
I mean, I knew only the rudimentary spots about
Yeah, I didn't really.
about the Irish potato famine. So I did a little bit of reading up on it afterwards because I didn't know what soupism was, and so that was sort of
I don't know what is soupism.
So, I mean, there's a long history, bloody history between Protestant and Catholics in Ireland, and one of the things that they would do is they would have during that famine, people were starving, and so they would come in and say, well, if you'll go through a service of a Protestant service and I might vaguely, I guess maybe convert, maybe not convert, but in some way do some service of Protestant, even though you're a Catholic, or renounce the Catholicism, something to that effect. I just did a quick read up. They would provide you with soup. And so people were sort of faced with well, do I starve to death or do I, essentially betray your religion? And so that was another side effect. And then of course, starvation and everything brings this whole other thing. I mean, it was a very awful, brutal time. People
But it's a cool,
getting evicted.
It's a cool movie about just one guy.
It's essentially a very more of an action movie, really.
It's like a revenge against the oppressor.
Yeah. So I don't know. I thought it was really good. Hugo Weaving, I thought was really, he's very, very understated.
And
The
Sam
roles-
Neill does really well in that
There's
movie. Sam Neill is the other guy.
what
Sam Neill is the other guy.
is the main character?
No,
What?
the main character's unknown, and then there's another Irishman who helps him. What if we watch different movies?
It's not Sam Neill.
It's not Sam Neill?
No, but I like
is
that
it?
actor. He's in a lot.
Maybe it's not Sam Neill.
He's in Neil Jordan's movies a lot.
Huh.
But he plays the translator.
Okay.
Yeah, his Stephen
Right.
Fry or something. Stephen Ray. I think it's Stephen Ray.
I wasn't talking about him. I was talking about
What-
the other guy.
The
Stephen Ray is Rhea, or is
Rhea,
the
yeah.
is the translator
Yeah.
guy. No,
Who
I'm talking about the other guy that they let out from jail to go hunt the main guy.
You mean Hugo Weaving, which I just said Hugo Weaving? Check the tape.
I don't know
Look
his
at that.
name.
That's funny.
I don't know who that is.
That's Hugo Weaving.
Who's the main guy then?
Hugo Weaving is the guy. He's one of the main characters, and he plays Elrond in Lord of the Rings. He plays Agent Smith.
That's it.
He plays
That's
Agent
right.
Smith in the Matrix.
That's the guy.
Which I just
not
saw
Samuel, but that guy.
I just saw a
in
great
Matrix.
meme where like he's like it matches up Elrond and Agent Smith, and then it has Frodo, and it's like, how will you eat second breakfast, Frodo, with no mouth? And Frodo has no mouth because it's a mashup in the Matrix.
Matrix. All right, let's get back to the game here. You ready to take your
Let's do
actions?
it. Okay, I'm getting another monk. Don't pay attention to the number of monks I've been buying.
That's all right.
And I'm gonna get. So now I've forgotten.
You're buying a lot of monks. We don't need monks, but you're using them.
Well, I want to get this guy. So I was gonna get that, but I wanted to do it for this building. So I think I'm gonna buy this. Oh, I've already used my farmer. Yeah. So I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do the horse. I'm gonna do this instead. I'm not gonna move up this track. I'm gonna take this one instead, so that I can get this track, and then I'll take this, use this so I can start moving around quicker.
Okay.
Hold on, and then I'm gonna get a farmer. So you want to be a farmer? Here's a couple of acres. You know what that's from?
It's Arnold Schwarzenegger, but I don't know what movie it's from. Kindergarten Cop?
Predator. Oh yeah, we made another Predator thing.
Okay, I went to the castle to hire a knight, which brings me up to 7. And I took my knight, and then I built a fort there, and that's it. Somehow I thought there was more going on. All right, so
now we do this, which is
Right.
could really.
So if
ruin
you
the
get
game.
a knight,
I'm gonna go first.
you're not.
No,
going
you go first. You go first,
Yeah.
because if you get a knight, you'll be. Okay, so you get a farmer.
I get a
Take another
farmer,
farmer,
and
then
I
you move
go up
No,
on the
that's me.
track.
So you
Which
get
gets
some
me a
grain.
grain. So if you get a knight,
Right,
we're in a lot of trouble.
We are in a like maybe an unwinnable situation.
This was red too. That's good.
Like that Jordan Peele sweating thing. Wow, I haven't gotten a lot of.
I know your bag is full of monks.
Well, it's because it's because the village.
You
is
were
such an
supposed to
occupied-
use this to get boat
it's
people.
You know the reason why I've been using the monastery.
No, I don't.
It's because I had too many merchants. So instead of just having merchants clogging up and doing nothing, I was trying to use them to get monks because I couldn't. This space was such a bottleneck.
All right, here we go. Next round. What's coming out next?
Okay, so this is gonna. When we're done with this round, this is the halfway point. So we'll have a powwow. It's a drought. We're gonna lose 4 grain tiles from the game board. So that's another easy
That's a
one,
great one.
because we usually get rid of the ones that we know we will not likely pass through. Right? Okay.
All right, so look.
Doesn't that go back in your bag?
Where is that from?
You just pulled that out. That's what we did for the
Oh,
support.
that's the one I pulled out. Yeah.
Now, this says. Let me just make sure it says. In gain another. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Okay. See, I'm getting back on point, Jesse. 1, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow, that was not my favorite draw. Okay. I do love that. I'm like, hey, Hugo Weaving's in it, and he's really good. And you're like, yeah, and Sam
Well, I
Neill.
don't know that name. I thought that was.
You could have said, hey, what character does he
I
play?
should have
Instead of
said.
just saying, like.
Well, I assumed
yes,
it was the main guy because you
interesting.
said
It's
the
an interesting
main.
point you've
You
made
said
that
the
I've now
main guy's
completely
name is this.
disregarded.
You said the main guy. I thought you were
Okay.
talking about the main guy.
Well, there's kind of 2 main characters.
Yeah, but really, there's one.
I would disagree with that, and I'll tell you, it starts off with Hugo Weaving.
I mean, he plays it. No, that's true. That is true. I mean,
and
he does play
something
an
else I don't
important
want
role.
to mention in the
Okay.
feed here. So.
Greg is the one saving you from spoilers in this channel. Otherwise, guys would be getting a lot more spoilers.
Okay, so now I'm going to start making some gears. So I need to make...
Oh gosh, this is just terrible.
I'm like, time to make another monk because I keep getting... I got to get rid of this merchant. What am I going to do with... Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to cover this up. That's what I'm going to do. I'll put him here for later. I can do this. I'm starting to feel like I'm coming together
To
here.
click? I'm definitely not clicking here.
But what now? Oh, I know. I'm going to cover that up, which means I should actually, oh, I can do this first. Yeah, that's what I'll do, and then at the end of the round I'll cover that up. Okay, so this guy's going to be useless. I'm going to send up this guy to the town hall, my my scholar. I'm going to get rid of him. And the big question is, do I get rid of this farmer? Because I'm going to have a lot of them. See, what I hate to do is start this track and then just not finish it, because that's insane. I'm going to leave him up here because I know I'm going to build a guild hall. We don't need any wool, which is what I'm going to pick up. That's kind of a bummer that that's not a better. All right, I'm good. I'm locked in, and then we'll start powwowing. It looks like you're locked in already, and you're not really.
Sorry.
Oh, you've used all your stuff up, huh?
Yeah.
So you're gonna get another scholar because you got to get up that line, right?
And they're wild cards for me.
And it sucks because you didn't get any.
Yeah.
So. Oh, because you can just put your guy there.
I could put this guy there, but
getting another scholar. I mean,
I feel like I'm going to get my scholars be done with this track.
how many?
I'm going
you
to
got?
use
Two more?
these. I'm going to use these to fill up my knights. I'm going to send these knights up.
All right, let's do this and then we'll.
Okay, so let me lock in first. Let me do mine first. I'm going to the university. I'm hiring a scholar. I'm getting 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm sending both of these guys up.
And you're gonna block out the knights on the top
I'm going
track.
to block out the knights, which is an odd strategy, but it's worked for me in the past. And that's it.
Okay.
And I'm keeping this. Actually, I don't have to keep this board completely clear, so I should probably keep one of these down here.
7.
7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. I don't know why I did that on your board. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. Get one of these guys. I'm gonna do the Jesse action. Can I have a gear, please?
Mm-hmm.
That's for the end. I'm gonna take my horse wagon and I'm gonna go up, which gives me this wool. I'm gonna do this to move $4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, can you put those 2 on the thing there?
Where am I putting these?
I use all my-
You paid this with the 10? Is that what you're gonna?
Yeah, I think I might have just cheated myself $10 or $2, but
I hope not.
I hope I
We
didn't.
can't
Yeah.
afford it.
we cannot afford it. So let's hope I didn't. That's why I don't like that being over there, because it's harder for me to. And then this, I'm gonna send this scholar up to the council of Orleans. It's kind of cool. There's like a council, and it's like you got to put all these people in there so they can discuss and make good choices. Hold on.
Yeah, I love this.
Now we're gonna do this.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not likely to go this way, right? There's no reason to go backtrack. So let's get rid of this one, this one, and this one, right? Because we're not gonna go back that way, right? There's no reason to.
And
right?
this one.
That's a good one too.
Yeah, we're not going.
And
that
probably
way.
not gonna go down here.
How many we have to get rid of? 4. You got 4.
Oh, okay. And
Right.
then it says remove them from the game board. So the question is, if we want to empty that, does this screw us? Can you hand me that?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it'll make it that harder to do. What's the name of that again? Drought.
It's drought. Yeah.
Return to supply. Wow, that's a bummer.
That makes that impossible. All right, that's a lightning
I'm
bolt.
winning.
That's not
I'm
even
winning
a
the,
lightning
I'm
bolt.
winning the
It's not
mini
even
the
a
mini game of
the rules.
of holding onto the rules. Here.
Well, you did teach us, Orion.
Us. Okay, so I'm done. You're done?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to place my horse wagon here. That way I can get rid of my knights or use them on this.
Mm-hmm.
And I have merchants I can't get to do it, so
All right, next event.
thank you. Raging Plague. Each player loses 2 followers from their bag.
Terrible.
That is pretty bad. 1, 2, 3. Oh my god. I get just a pile of knights.
6, 7.
4, 5, 6. Okay. 7. That is an. Look at this. Agonizing.
That's terrible. Well,
Okay.
send him up.
I'm sending 2 knights up. I gotta get them out of there. This one I can use. Well, I guess I have to do that if I want to build my. Oh, I gotta move first though. Can I wagon my way over? I'm gonna have to use my wagon first. Actually, that wasn't too bad because I'm actually at least doing something. Oh, I don't need to do that. Sorry, I can do this. So I can send him up. I don't need the university. don't have money to send, so that's kind of pointless. I want to make more farmers, which doesn't help me. I want to do more village bases, but that doesn't help me. This does not help me. Oh, I'm wagoning here. Yeah. Okay, I'm actually going to put these up here just to keep my... I know I'm going to do that. So, and those are my starting ones. I can't get rid of them. Okay.
All right, I'm
All right, let's... this is past the halfway point.
This game goes so...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, this is the 10th round. Let's... I locked in already. All right, let's finish this and and then we'll talk.
I'll take my turn. I'm going to the library for 2 books.
Okay. Oh, yeah, you put on your side.
I'm going to the castle to hire a knight, which gets another one of these and another knight. I'm going here, which builds a gear, and I'm going to the university to hire my last scholar.
Good job.
Which gets me $6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which gets me $5.
Now I'm thinking to myself, you are the weakest link. Jesse, you just got us a few of those. That's pretty good. Pretty good. I really have been underutilizing this because in the beginning of the game, I shouldn't have gotten the merchant first because all it did was, I think it would have been a better idea
it's hard.
for me.
Those merchants always clog up. You have to get them. You have to get the buildings, but they always clog up. And it's so interesting in this game that you can't get rid of the merchants. There's nowhere to put them.
Yeah, I mean, maybe if we had other...
You can throw them on the board, though, and just leave them on
actually,
spaces
it'll help me
and use them
if
for
I
these.
decide to do the market stand.
Or just keep them on spaces. Just don't recycle them.
All right, I'm going to move up to here. I'm going to build a fort. Right? And I'm going to send 2 knights. Would you place those 2 knights on the track, please? So we only need 2 more on that. So that's actually much better than we normally do on that.
Yes, it is.
Okay, let's have a quick...
I have to decide where to put
plague.
this first.
I hope it's well, I guess I don't know.
Well, it's time for me to do some traveling, so I could gear up a ship. I am going to have to do quite a bit of that.
Well, you're going to go down 2 ship points at least. And then if you she hasn't fled yet.
Oh my gosh,
building another
her thing
guild
even
hall
in
there?
there? I wish it was an A. I think it's an A.
I think it's an A. I think we could.
We can go get her.
So that we should leave that in. Okay, so sorry. So you're gonna go. You're only.
I mean, I'm only gonna ship twice.
And a 3rd time if you go here, so it might not be worth it. But how many times are you gonna wagon? So you're gonna go 1, 2. You're gonna wagon 1, 2, 3, potentially 3 wagons. So it's only 1 extra action. And if you go up to here, it's going to be...
Well, a double wagon up to there is not out of the question.
Yeah, it might be worth it to wagon instead. Now, let's take... Why don't you set that down for a second? Let's have a quick powwow. Okay, so far, right, we need 1, 2, 3, 4. We still need 4 people, right? And we're hoping it's going to be this, if Jesse builds the gears there. We're hoping it's going to be this because that's one of the easier goals to succeed at, right? 1, 2. The boatman, 3, right? Right? And now we need 3 more, right?
She's going to be 1. She's going to be 1.
We're hoping. So now maybe this isn't the way to go. I mean, this is money, but we also need this money. So we're going to have to pick one of these goals. It's going to have to be this, 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 or that. Or running one of these down. But I can see now the only way to run one of these down, the best case we have is to get the winery. Right?
But that's still just 1 per turn.
It's 1 per turn, if we put the thing out.
So hard.
But if we move up this track, we could get 2 by completing all the tracks.
I mean, I am very up for going. In fact, if I gear up my farmhouse, I can be getting a farmer every turn.
Here's the thing. This is, I gotta go 1, 2, 3, right? 4, 5, 6. Oh, we can't do this because we split that. So we actually, this is...
That's interesting.
So we cannot get that. So it's pointless to max out the farmer track, right? So unless we're going to do that.
It's, well, I mean, I think this is not a bad thing to go for. The farmers are actually quite useful.
Yeah, but you well the
I can
thing
gear up my farmhouse.
you can do the bottleneck is this village, but the farmhouse is separate, so it actually is a potential. But you'd have to use it almost every turn.
I would use it every turn.
Yeah, so that might not be bad. If you do that, right, this will be we'll be able to gather those goods to go into there. Although we're going to get some. You're going to get wine and two wine, 2 cheese. That just by going on the outskirts of the board. It sucks because like I'm going to get this wool, which isn't going to help. Although maybe this is a potential thing. I'm going to get a wool here. I mean, I could go down that coast and try to get that stuff.
The only problem with the farmhouse is these are 2 things I have very little of, so I'd have to depend on my
Well, it doesn't matter. You
scholars.
have your scholars. That's what you have.
Depend on my scholars to do it.
All right, well, make a decision if you think you want to go for the farmhouse. I feel like I'm the weaker link in this particular game.
I wouldn't say that, but I do for the fun of it. I want to go for the farmhouse.
Okay.
So I am going to put this on one of these. I guess I'll put it on this one since I could go pick up more water people.
You're only going to be able to get one. I have to complete this track.
You have to complete that.
Well, I don't have to actually, but I wanted to do it for the money
and for
and
the
to get
person.
the person.
Oh yeah, we need you to get the
So,
person.
and I've already started. So
okay, so actually it looks like the gear is the person. We don't have to go up fully.
So I don't actually need that gear anymore. I mean, it does make my actions
You don't.
better.
It's fascinating
I
how
know, I
much
was
you don't
waiting for
care
this.
about gears.
Well, when I get the laboratory, then I'm like gear crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like I said, like this, the village is such a bottleneck, and you see how hard it is to actually max out on those tracks. Okay, all right, ready? So we're starting. Did we do this yet?
We didn't.
No, we have to finish this turn, which is to pull somebody out of the bag. Don't be a monk. It's a knight.
Each player takes 2.
Oh, 2.
Oh, that hurts.
Okay, but mine's a starting, which you can't lose.
All right, I lost
So-
one of my guys. That's horrible. That's like losing a monk. All right, they go back to the supply.
Yeah, I believe that's the case. Actually,
No.
let's see it. Let's make sure. Because I wish they did say it on the
It would be
file somewhere, 'cause
nice.
This
Yeah,
is like we
it would
constantly
be
just,
nice if
because
they
they're not
said.
always the same.
Yeah.
Like plague, see base game rules. You gotta be kidding me.
I guess if it says
Like,
if
see
you
base game rules. Can't you just print it right there?
it's just one
Like,
word.
I mean, it would have instead of see base. Oh my god. Okay, so where's the
I
plague?
think it's at the very back.
Plague.
Return him to the game,
where it
huh?
becomes available.
All right,
That's
well,
what I would have. That's what I was guessing. Would have guessed. Okay,
that was
so
pretty bad for me.
here's the next one. It's gonna be. Oh boy, arson. The team loses 2 buildings. Okay.
That's how we lose the game
Why?
because they're like
Hold on.
they're so important.
Let me just show you something. We're gonna be able to build 2 more. So for number 1, let me draw my tiles, and then we'll discuss. 1, 2, 3. Draw your tiles. 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Now, I can build a 2 building and lose it.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, and I guess I could too.
But so the this building
These
you
are
cannot
my 2,
lose. You
yeah.
cannot lose that.
Mhm.
But the laboratory one you have
Not if we're gonna do that.
what?
Not
Oh
if
yeah,
we're gonna
the
do
cat.
that. And it's already got a gear on it. I would even.
I can't lose the well. Maybe I could lose the horse wagon.
I can build another merchant and lose another 2. It's expensive, but I do have.
Oh, we can both build one. Yeah, that's
It's
true.
expensive, but it can.
I mean, if I could build. No, hold on a second. Is it cheaper to do the palantate action? No, because I need to build it too. Never mind. Okay, so I know I want to build. I have to build another 2, and it's just gonna break, which sucks because now I know I can't do the market stand at all. Right?
It all sucks.
Okay, let's do this.
It all sucks.
Um,
So we're both gonna build. I'm trying to think. Is that really better than? Yeah. If I don't keep the laboratory.
we gotta start sending stuff up in a better clip as well. I wish I had one more, like, wait, what if I do? Yeah, I can get a farmer. That's what I'll do. If I get a farmer, I can get another one of those, which means I can do this. I can transport. That leaves me with a horse wagon to move, I think.
I'm gonna send money up.
Yeah.
damn merchants.
The thing that would have been nice about this market stand is like this and this I could have turned into cash.
Mm-hmm. That I don't want to. I don't want to. That one's just so deadly, so painful.
Well,
It feels like we should just take that out of the game. To me, like let's not play with that one again. That just destroys.
wait, hold on a second. Now that says 1, 2. See?
2 to 3 players minus 2.
It's just a building. Oh, it's they both say
two
3.
buildings. What
No,
came
it
out?
says 3.
Oh, ones
So-
or twos.
Okay, I could lose the herb garden if I needed to.
I could lose the library.
You're pretty close. You could use
I
it this
could-
turn to bump yourself up 2, and then
Yeah.
you could use the scriptorium
Yeah, that's a better use of my time. Let's do that.
and just lose that.
And then I just have to do this 3 more
Oops.
times. Yep, I'm gonna lose this. Yep, that's what's gonna happen.
I mean, but still, that's.
I'm gonna lose that. I bet better to lose that building. I
Do you
think.
think you are you happy with that?
Then building another merchant that I don't need. Yes, I'm very happy with that. I'll buy another farmer.
You locked that in. It's supposed to lock it in.
No, it's not locked in.
I'm gonna build the merchant. I don't think it's a good use of time.
That's
but
really good that you saw that.
But I could get rid of this herb garden because I mean, yeah, I really like having. Now I'm gonna build a build. I'd rather just build the next.
Are you sure? Because that herb garden is not doing you much good. Oh, but you have to get up on that
Get
track.
up on the track. That's
Well,
the thing.
Get yourself up on that track.
I mean, I'm gonna have to start moving all these stupid things.
And I'm drawing 7, so I leave them out. Okay, I am now locked in.
I'm locked in as well.
Okay, you want to take your turn?
Okay, I'm gonna go down here, which gains me this, which are useless. Although I could consider that, but I don't think I'm gonna have enough time. Okay, then I'm going to make a farmer, which brings me up on this, which gives me a cheese.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm gonna do this, which puts these 3. Can you put those up there, please?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm using my, oh wait. Oh, I already used my horse wagon, sorry. And I'm gonna do this to do this, which builds, I'm gonna build actually this. No, I'm gonna build one that we didn't plan on building. Actually, I'm
Okay.
gonna do the winery because we're never gonna do that.
Okay.
And then I'll just let that break, just in case
Mhm.
one of these comes available again and I can
Okay.
actually build one of those.
I'm going to the library, which gets me 2 books.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting a gear, which I'm
Mhm.
probably going to contribute. I'm going. Wait, I can't go here. Sorry, I can't go to university anymore
Why?
because I've already maxed out that track.
Okay, what did you do so far though? So you know
These-
that you can't do it.
I did this.
Okay, farmer.
No, sorry, I did this. So that's all I did. I just got the gear,
Okay,
and I got here.
library. Yeah.
Okay, so instead,
I'm just gonna flip this over so we don't forget.
instead,
Why don't you do this? Why,
send
you
stuff
can
up.
put those 2 up to transport. That's something that's very easy to forget
Mhm.
or to not do. Or you could move.
gonna-
Moving is a good idea.
I think I should get a farmer. That's what I said I was going to
Okay.
do. Be doing that, and then with I'm keeping 1 white. I could
Send a farmer up.
send a farmer.
Yeah, send a farmer up to here
Mm-hmm.
first, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's so be under the town hall.
Send a farmer up, and this is my starting thing. I can't
You could
send him up, but I didn't use any of them. But I can
Well, you know you're
put
gonna
him somewhere.
wagon or
I am going to.
you could put him on that space actually because you know you're gonna have to send money up. You got $15. You gotta start. Those are the 2 spaces that we gotta start moving on. You know.
I mean, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to take a farmer.
So here you want to be farmer. Here's a couple of acres. Here's some cheese. So
Thank you.
we
And-
might wait. Oh, I just took your farmer.
And this
Two
farmer
farms.
gets sent up to here. Oh, where should I send
Did
him?
I
I guess
take-
I should send him up there first.
Huh?
I guess I should send him up to
That's
the
what I said
council
to you, yes,
first.
because that we know we're gonna complete, right?
Okay, now here's a gear. If I send it there, it means I'm not gonna put him out anywhere.
Well, I mean, you could do whatever you want, but I think we're getting close to the point where we want to start. I mean, I gotta tell
Oh,
you,
we've got
like,
more turns than
we-
the 5.
We have to start. Wait, do we even? Oh yeah, that's what this is. I mean, we're gonna have to start like moving stuff up because that's where we start really running into a problem.
1, 2, 3. Ooh, boy, it's so.
So
tough.
I'm just gonna get rid of these to satisfy the condition
Yes,
of that.
please.
These are broken. I'm gonna leave them off the board here.
I'm gonna put this here.
In the guild hall. Well, you do have to do that 1, 2, 3 or 4 times, so it could save you some. Okay. All right, you like it?
I don't love it, but.
I mean, we got to get those guys up too. This is getting crazy. Okay, so hold on. You're ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is going to be Bon Voyage. Each people can move their merchant once for 2 coins. That's so expensive, but it can't save you an action. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Too many.
Stupid merchants. 2, 4, 6, 7. Okay, so I'm gonna. Oh, I can't horse wagon. I'm gonna put him here though, just in case. Okay. What do I have to do? I did that.
I feel like I don't have as. Oh, look! I was like, I don't have enough of these guys, but no, yes, I do. They're all in the back. That's terrible.
So I have to go by ship. I think I'm gonna have to do that. Ship. You can go ship wagon, so it'll go 1, 2, and then I want to build. But I cannot build my guild hall there. 1, 2, and it will be stuff that I can't do anything with. Oh, but look, there's one more guy here. Oh, I have to do this too. Ah, yeah, that's what I should do. I gotta get to the end of that track. So that's what I should be doing. And I think before I can put him here, because I'm gonna want to put money up. It's so much of this is like internalized.
What do you mean?
Like my discussion with myself is like, you know, yeah, it's like, but it's hard to like, you know.
All right, but I've got my move. I'm locked in.
All right, shall I go first? You want to go first?
You go first.
All right, so I'm gonna do my ship and my horse wagon. So I'm gonna go ship, horse wagon. That's gonna pick up these 2. I mean, I'm gathering so many of these. I'm almost tempted to do this.
Yeah, why not?
Well, I don't know.
Except you don't have gears on those things.
Okay, then I'm going to get my boatman, which is going to give me $4.
Okay. I may reconsider my lock-in, not based on what you're doing, but I forgot about this. I could move for 3.
Move for
$3.
Is it $2? We need money real bad.
I know, but for $2. Yeah. So
I put money.
I may just leave. I think I may just leave these people here and pay, and then that'll be my second move. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's.
I mean, I think like
that's what
I just gotta tell you this. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's only 6 times that you're gonna be able to use that, the money and the and the town hall. Mm-hmm. You're never gonna complete this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we gotta put these guys in as well. I'm just telling you, I'm getting a little nervous about our timing.
This is how this game always goes. Okay, so let me do my thing. Every time.
When you're done with that,
so let me take this.
For the rest of the game, I think you got to be, always be doing transport and Graph Guild for the rest of the game. I think that's probably a good idea.
Cheese, please.
Right.
Okay, now I am not going to ship. I'm not going to ship.
Okay.
I'm going to instead use this thing for $2. So could I have 3 back, please? Mm-hmm. I'm going to start sending money and stuff up.
I think money is very integral. What is this?
That's your money.
What is that? That's the 5.
That's the 5.
Oh, you gave me. Okay. All right, I put my money here. Okay. I want like a dividing line. Mm-hmm. Okay, ready?
This is the virtual dividing line.
Well, because it just got mixed up and I just don't want to make a mistake. Okay, you happy? Done?
Yeah, I'm done. I won't say happy, but I would say done. All right, what do we got next? Okay. Oh wait, I spent my money. I get to travel. That was the whole point. That I'm now on this thing, ready to fort and travel.
Okay. Next turn, we're going to get income based on our money.
So
that's actually a reason for me to bump myself up, but I don't think I can. I mean, I could get a scholar, but that seems kind of bonkers. But it might be worth it if I'm worried about money. 1, 2, 3. Oops.
So
but you're going to get money for that too. 2-4. That's actually really good for you.
Mm-hmm.
So that, well, you can't get to the 6th level now anyway.
I
so
have
never
to.
mind.
Oh, I
2,
don't
4,
need to.
6.
I just have to. I don't have to get to the end of the track.
I'm
I
just
just
telling-
have
I'm
to
just-
go one space.
oh,
but
that's true,
thank
yeah.
you for reminding me.
Yes.
I was
2,
thinking.
4, 6, 7. I like got nervous for a second. Like I was supposed to draw 7, right? Okay, I need to get to the end of the boatman track, for sure. And I need to start. I need to build a guild hall. And I seem to again have these stupid merchants just clogging everything
Just
up.
stick them somewhere.
So I'm not even gonna be able to take my own advice and send money up.
I am going to send money up.
Kind of wish I hadn't stuck that guy up there. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna leave this guy over here because if at some point I
Really?
have to double one of your actions or take one of your actions, and I mean I
That's
don't
like
want him anyway.
You know how you say like, don't let the person look at what's in the cave because then they'll want to go in the cave. I feel like don't let Greg put it on Palantir because now he's gonna.
Well,
insist
the end
on-
of the game is when it starts to become like when you realize you just don't have like you're like, oh well, in order to win I have to take the transport action 4 times and there's only 3 rounds left or whatever, right? So, and I don't want this merchant keeps clogging up everything I'm doing, but I am gonna have to start sending people up to this too. I mean, we're getting I'm locking in, but I'm not confident about things.
I'm going to send 3 wheat, and I'm going to send.
I'm gonna say, oh yeah, that's fine.
and
I was
I'm
gonna say
send money.
okay, good. Now, I was gonna say that like mix it a little bit just in case because I have a wine. I could
It
be.
does make-
But look,
oh,
I
I
keep
see.
getting this. I really think this might be a good goal to do
I think
because
so
like, I'm like
too.
gathering a ton of it.
It would only take 2 turns to throw it up there, so
No.
yeah.
I can only move
3
2
at a time.
Oh, it is 3 at a time, but I have to have the exact mix, which I don't have yet. That's why I wanted to get the market stand. I guess I could still, but I have to max these other tracks out.
All right, let me take my turn first.
Okay.
I'm going to transport
Mm-hmm.
to
Makes me
send
happy.
1, 2. No, you want me to throw a cheese up
Yeah,
there?
throw a cheese up.
Okay. These are mine. That's that. Then I'm sending money. $4. I guess I need some change here.
Okay, hold on. Yes. This money is like forever away. Okay, so give me your
Money.
10.
Mm-hmm.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay.
So there's 10.
There's a. And then I'm sending 4 up.
Why don't you just put this?
1,
okay,
2,
whatever.
3, 4. And then I'm taking this
What do you
5
mean?
to trade for a 5.
Perfect. Okay.
Okay, next I'm guild hauling to build a fort here.
Mm-hmm.
And next I'm shipping
Your engine is moving pretty good. I feel
to
like
go
I'm not.
down here and get another cheese. And then I'm going here to go claim this person here.
Yeah, you're cooking with gas, Jesse.
And I'm getting a gear to add to our thing there.
Do you think we'll be able to do that?
Yes, I do.
Okay, let's put this building.
Where's this guy?
This.
Did I not put him out?
Boatman.
I am going to put this guy out somewhere. I'm going to put him out here. I didn't
This.
wagon.
Wagon. Okay.
All
All
right.
right. Now we'll each get money based on our level, which I
Uh-huh.
have nothing,
I
and
get
you're gonna get.
$5, please.
Would that mean I get 1?
I
No,
get
I don't have 0
0,
yet.
but I get 5.
Good job, Jesse.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. That was a beneficial event. Now we've got pirates. Remove any wool and brocade on waterways from the game.
Oh, I've never seen that one before.
Really? No, we've definitely got it
Yeah.
before. But you know what? It might not even come into effect.
There's a
There's
wool.
one here. It's this one. I'm gonna turn it over,
hmm
just so we don't have to.
You
do it
should
again.
get it though,
I
because you
can't.
need it.
I'm all the way down here.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. I turned them over without taking them off the board just in case we would. 2, 4, 6, 7. Stupid merchants again. Although I do need them for that. Okay, so let's do. I want to complete this track.
I don't know. I am just not drawing these monks. It's really killing me.
I think I gotta do that. I'm gonna save my money now because I need a. What about knights? We need 2 more up there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look
I've got a
inside
lot
my
of money.
bag. You're allowed to look inside your bag at any time. Is that correct? Okay. I have no knights, so
Let's see what I've got. I've got 1 knight. I've got 3 knights, so I'll be able to send 2 up
so
there.
I'm gonna complete that.
But not yet. We've lost the game by not drawing the knight to send up there.
I should maybe send. Well, that's only 3. Yeah, I mean we're gonna have to like. We're gonna have to really. Oh, I can actually do. Oh, I don't want to do that.
So you've come all the way down to take care of that. Is that the last fort?
Yeah.
So I don't need to be traveling anymore.
Well, unless you want to grab stuff, but yeah.
Well, that's really interesting. If you're going to build that last fort, I thought I was going to do that, but I don't need to. So this was a wasted thing. This got used once, this gear.
I'm not getting any more money from that. I just need $1 more for my. How the heck am I going to get money? How do I get money now at this point? I've been depending upon
You
that.
could get the building that lets you trade goods for money.
But then I can't do this. So that's tricky. Huh. I only need 1 more. Well, I guess you could send me $1, but that's kind of foolish. That's like such a waste of energy.
It is a waste.
I mean, I'm not going to build another building. Ooh, that's really tricky. I think we're going to lose, Jesse.
Well, that's a pretty safe bet whenever we play this game. But
Boy,
we
we
are
need
going to
a
build
lot
all
of-
the forts.
All right, let's finish this turn up. I think I got to do what I got to do here.
Well,
Wait a minute. Do I need this wagon guy, actually? No, because... Yeah.
Huh.
Oh, it's a waterway that I need. If I want to go up and get... No, I'm going to do that. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go like this, Jesse. I'm going to go here, and then I'm going to go to here.
first you're going to build a fort. Right?
Yeah, because if I do it that way, I can grab
get
up
that woman.
that. It'll
Yeah.
help that woman, which I need for my goal, and also grab me this, which I can actually start throwing those up to the... But we're going to run out.
I don't need to travel anymore
nervous.
except to get stuff
I'm
for
locked in.
us. I really want to... How many more turns do I have to give 4
Please,
gears?
Rolo,
I gotta do all the gears.
Transport.
I can't though.
Why can't you transport?
Well, you're right. It could. I could not build a guild hall yet. I just have to build it by the time my game ends. So yes.
That's an easier one to do.
So I could transport now.
That one, because this, you only need that action once.
Yeah.
That transport, you probably need it every single round.
Okay, that makes more sense.
It is psychologically satisfying to like be able to know like that's done. I don't have to worry about that anymore. But like, that's a. So you just have to have at least 4 of these built. Wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3. Where's your 4th one?
What do you mean?
You have to have 4 technology
Oh,
cells.
1, 2, 3. Oh, I gotta build one more for myself. Okay, all the. Oh, I'm gonna. That's what I'll do. Oh, I don't have the person.
Okay, let me just.
I'll
point,
do it before the game. Before.
Well, no, you can't. Let me just point something
Uh-huh.
out. 1, 2, 3, 4. You need to build 5 more, right? And we have 1, 2, 3, 4 in this turn. 5. So as long as you do that every turn, we should be okay. Okay. So that's
Well, don't
good.
forget, I can come here to build.
Oh, with these guys.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go get myself one of those. So I'm gonna lay those guys on here, and the farmer strategy once again is impossible to make work.
Which we've already discovered.
New,
Which
but-
not necessarily. I mean, at this point, I don't know. We might be able to fill that. I mean, I have like 3 farmers in my bag somehow.
Now, who do we need to send up to the council? A boatman, a craftsman. Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna get another craftsman soon. All right, I'm ready.
All right, ready?
I'm
All right,
up
I'll
to-
go first since
Okay.
you've... all right, I'm going to build the guild hall. Okay, so now you'll do yours and then we're done, right?
Yeah.
Which we actually split that evenly this time. Usually we kind of like try to...
I
be a
thought
little
I
more-
was gonna get down there. I did waste
Yeah, I'm
that.
going to do this, right? Okay, so now I have kind of what I need to complete that, right?
Do you?
These guys, I'm going to do this, but I'm taking this and putting it on my own board.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm going to keep this here because I need 1 more. And then I don't think I can do anything else. No. I'm
Okay.
done.
I'm getting a gear. which if I have to have another one on, sorry, I have it. If I have another one on my part, I should put it somewhere. I think
I
I'm
feel
going to
like
put
like
it
your
one of
long term
these.
strategy here was to not go nuts with the gears like you normally do. Because normally it's like every turn it's
I'm
like
trying
gears,
to be
gears,
a little
gears,
better
gears.
about it, but I think if okay, so I take the gear, I put it here. Then I come here, I send 3 things up: a
One.
wine, this, and a this.
Okay, so now we just need one more there. So that's almost done.
But where are we gonna get it? It's almost a waste because you have to spend a whole action to send 3 up. Does
Yes.
that mean one of us sent 2 up at some point?
Yes, I did.
Why
Well,
did-
because I
why
had
did you
like
do
because
that?
I had a stupid
Action economy.
I
Greg,
know, but I had
always.
but it's because I kept having those merchants in the beginning of the game, and I needed to do something with them, so I stuck them on the craft guild, and I had a knight that I wasn't using, so I thought it was better to do the action than not do it. And I'll tell you why. It actually does make sense, because like
There's 4 more up that completes this. You want to switch
If-
that out for a 10?
uh, if for some reason I had to like because you might not always have 3, so it actually does make sense because I could do it, and it was a waste to do anything else. Right, it actually did make sense to have it done.
I have $10,
Now, you have
which
$10.
means I'm going to come here at least twice more.
Well, would need to go there 3 times more. I
So
need to
then
generate
I
a
might
dollar
gear
somehow.
up this, and then I can throw my knights away more easily. I think that's the thing to do.
I mean, the town hall is a very quick way to like funnel all that stuff out. But all right, so
That's what I'm doing.
this disappears and this disappears, right?
Right.
So it goes. Does it say remove?
Back to the game, unless it
From-
says
remove- well-
from the game, so they actually leave.
I hate when they just like it's like
Well, at least that time they said it.
make it consistent.
Yeah, when it says remove and they expect you to put it back, they should say return.
Okay, now we've got rat. Oh my God! Remove a grain and 2 cheese from the warehouse.
That's not even lightning. That is much better to get in the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
Well, okay,
Well, it's a
but
big-
actually that's
I know it's 1, 2, 3 things now. Yeah. No, it's 4. So now we will still need 4.
that's terrible.
2, 3, 4, 5,
1, 2, 3,
6,
4, 5, 6.
7.
Given that we lost a game from knights in the past, I'm anxious to get these knights up there.
Okay.
These are
so
locked in from before.
probably gonna need the. Oops. Not that.
Okay, always
What is
be
it that is?
gearing.
I don't actually know.
Never be farming. I did not use my farm in the my gears in the most efficient way, even though I didn't do too many.
Okay, I don't have to do this anymore. That wagon is kind of useless. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna complete the night track this game.
This
I mean, right this turn.
Okay. I'm gonna maybe send him up. Actually, maybe I should send both these guys up.
I'm gonna send some money up. I'm gonna do my guild hall. That's already locked in. These guys are coming.
We didn't use the hostel at all. I mean, we should have remembered that. I can send somebody.
To another player. Wow.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh my God, that's so stupid. We should have been doing that and sending me the monks. You could be
Why?
sending me monks because they're wild cards for me and they're useless for you.
They're not useless for me. They're wild cards for me.
They're not wild cards. I don't mean monks. Sorry, I meant send me the
The
scholar.
scholar. Well, I don't really think I have any scholars. I think I
You
sent.
could have got
I
okay.
could have gotten scholars and sent them to you. I don't
That's an
actually
interesting
have any
strategy.
scholars.
Okay.
Okay. Is it so? We have to figure out how we're gonna win this game, right? Like. Now, okay. Before I lock this in, is this even doable? I've got 3. We're gonna need to pick up 2 brocades somewhere. Wait, why is this here? Oh, look at this! I
It's
should
not
have.
on a waterway.
No,
Oh,
but,
you walked
but I
through it?
went through
Okay.
there. Remember, because I walked from here to
Uh-huh.
here. Okay, so I
Wow.
should have grabbed that.
So you're very close to that.
Yeah, so I'm definitely going to do this. And I could also throw up a wine. Are we losing a wine or just... no, cheese only. So, rats can't get into wine, I don't want to... But like, oh, I could actually... Well,
So what I can do is I can start traveling and try to get the things that we need.
so you could go 1, 2. That's Probably or actually back 1, 2, either way.
No, I can't. I'm not going waterway if I can't help it. But I could go one. I could get this wheat and this wheat.
Okay, let's.
2.
We've got 3 turns after this. That's not very much time. But
You're gonna need me.
is
to
it
get
worthwhile
wheat,
for
right?
me to do this?
We need 3 more people.
Should we build another thing and
We
start
have to
generating
assume
more?
that I'm going to do all these.
Now,
I'm going to do 2 this turn. So I'm going to finish the catapult.
should I build a market stand?
I don't think you're going to have time to use
And then I
it.
could sell this to buy this.
You're one step away from getting your own this if you go this way.
I
But
have
we
to
need
go
you
this
to
way
get
'cause I have
that
to go
too.
there.
Yeah.
So what I'm wondering is if I do that, I can also get the money I need to finish my goal, or I could get stuff to send up there. I think I'm going to build that. I think that's the best
You
thing to
think
do.
you have time to use it?
I mean, even if I only use it twice, that's a way to fix whatever we're short on. I don't necessarily love that idea. I don't have to build that. Should I move this to a palantate space? I'm not using this for anything else. And I'm not sending any money up, so this guy was kind of pointless over there. I could... No, I think I'm locked in. I'm locked in.
So here's an idea. Second idea.
Okay, hold on.
If you're before you don't lock in,
No,
don't
okay.
lock in.
I
Okay.
did kind of.
Well,
Let me
don't
just-
lock in.
Let me just...
Hold on. Listen to me for a
Hold on,
second.
hold on. I've got to do this because you want me to not lock in. I
Okay.
gotta remember it.
So the only reason for you to get that crazy building is to get this.
No, I need $1. And the only way to do it is to either go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces, which is buying 2 of these scholars, which I don't need, right? Or is to buy this building, and the thing you can do it 2 times. So I can sell this and get $3, use one of it for this, and the other 2 I can buy a hay or excuse me, a wheat or a cheese or something.
Or you could just sell all these for money,
I could do that also.
and then we don't go for that, but we
But
go
I think
for
either
money.
way, this is a good tile to buy.
Okay, because what I was gonna say is, look, there's 2. We have to get to this woman,
I'm
but we
getting
don't
it
think
easily.
she's gonna die.
No, I'm doing it right now,
but,
easily.
But maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you should get this instead, this way,
Well, the other thing
and
is,
then
by
let
the way,
me come around since I have to get this and this.
well, can I make another point though? If I'm going to buy this building anyway, if I walk to here, then I have this wine. I can sell the 2 wines, get a bunch of money, and then
It's
buy
not
something.
it's not terrible, but I'm just saying, like, if I'm gonna come this way to get this wheat,
Mm-hmm.
then I'm gonna be pretty close to her.
But I don't need this. Why would I?
You do need this.
I know, but that's way the heck out of the way. I think I need her anyway because I have to be able to complete a goal.
Oh, you need
to
that
put
for her.
So I want that anyway. So
Okay.
I think it just makes sense.
All right, maybe with that you could get money. All right, but I am still. Someone's gonna need this wheat, right? And
All
it's
right,
gonna be me.
Let me.
Is that what we're saying?
Can you
I'm
leave
just-
yourself not locked in for a second?
Yeah, I'm not locked in.
Let's.
I'm not even finished. I still got 2
okay,
things to do.
so let's just look at the goals, right?
I'll just put these where I think they're gonna go. Okay.
Okay. So if I go over to here,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to get a second wine. I'm going to use this building that I'm going to buy this
Mm-hmm.
round. Next round, I'm going to use that to sell 2 wine
Mm-hmm.
to make a bunch of money, and then I'm going to use that to buy wool or whatever we need for there, right?
Okay. Or what? This is important.
Yeah,
When
I
you say
can
whatever
buy-
we need from there, then I don't have to walk down here.
That's my point.
Okay.
So I could do that, but then I also have to send it up, which is, which is like tricky, right? So we only have 3 rounds. So we're gonna have to have 2 actions to throw stuff up there,
We need 2
and
grain
I need
2
2
cheese.
actions. I need 2 of the 3 actions. I need here to throw this stuff up, right? Or no, I don't, because I'm gonna do it now. So I need 1 of the next. So I'll have 2 free actions, which I could do that or that. So I think that this is a pretty no-brainer. What are the other ways? Now, where are we getting our people?
The main thing that
This person, so I'm sending these 2 up right now. So
Okay.
if you have an extra,
I have no monks.
No,
Yours-
no,
A
the
brown guy?
craftsman.
I can send him soon, but I'm sending both my knights up now.
that's good. Okay, so if we can send the craftsman, that'll be 1 for sure. So she's gonna go out to me, all right? That person's gonna go up there, which means we need 2 more.
We're gonna do this one.
Well, you say that,
I have to.
right?
I have
But where's the last one coming from? That's the so wait, this right? This one.
You think you can do that?
So 1, 2, 3. Is that as many as we need there? And then she goes here. Perfect. Okay, yeah, I think we can do it. Actually, I think we might actually win this.
Wait. We don't need that. We don't need this.
Why?
1, 2, 3.
4.
Oh, and you need one.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the same.
That's the tricky one.
Okay, so what we do need is $10 up there,
And we need to get when this gets replaced.
right?
So
And then we need 2 more actions up there, which is to
I'm
gather.
sending money for right now, and I will keep I will keep sending money
Mhm.
if I can. I guess I'm only going to be able to do it once.
I think we're
twice
okay
more. The real question I have
is whether or not you should move
whether
down
I
there.
have to move down here and collect that wheat. It's not cheap for me to move down there.
I mean, what else are you going to be doing?
Well, that's a good point. Yeah, I can move down there.
I mean, I don't know what else.
Sweep up the wheat. It's expensive for you to travel too, so
No, I could travel very cheaply, actually.
Oh. But you don't want to come here for wheat, and there's no other wheat.
I need to go here, and then
I
I'm
know,
gonna
but I
sell
mean,
those.
you don't want to
It's
come here.
easier for me, honestly, to like.
Okay,
To
I'm
buy
moving.
wheat.
I'll get the wheat. I'll walk. Oh,
Yeah, and then I'll buy the cheese or whatever.
Okay.
So what is it? What are we losing? 2 and 1? Is that what it is? 1 grain and 2 cheese.
right, but that
So-
will give us 2 grains and 2 cheeses. that
Well,
we need.
you should go up here and here. You shouldn't go this way. You should go like that. 'cause
Well, where are we going to get the other grain? Oh,
we
yes.
only need 1 grain.
No, because we're going to lose 1, and then we need 2.
Oh, I see. Oh, yeah, you will need to go. Okay, yeah. Okay, I like it.
So I'll get that.
Lock it
Okay,
in?
let's try. Let's lock in.
All right, let me go first, if you don't mind. Okay, I'm going to do this. Go over to here. It gets me this, right?
Mhm.
And, oh, wait a minute. Do we have to build there?
No, we just walk in.
Can you tell me that? I think we might need to.
Where do you think her?
I think,
rule
no, we
would
have to
be?
build something there, Jesse.
We have to build to get her.
Yes. Yeah, we have to build a thing there. That's fine. I can do it next round. In fact, I'll leave this up here instead of down here.
Where is the rule about her?
Yeah, you have to build. You have to build.
You have to build her a palace.
You have to build the house. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I'm glad I thought of that because,
Yeah.
like,
That would be a cheap win, but where do you think it's specified?
oh, you said as soon as I build a trading station there.
Okay, you're
Yep.
right.
Okay, so I'm glad I saw that, but that's okay. I
Well,
still
I
think
want
it's
you. I want. I just before you do it, let me just point out, it's easier for me to build guild halls, and I have to be here anyway. So,
I need to complete that though. I need to complete.
but you
one.
could get it
Could I?
from
From this, maybe?
from
But-
that.
All right, I'm gonna. Well,
Okay. I'm just.
yeah. I mean, yeah. I think it's better because it's gonna save you 1 person. That's fine. I already have 1 person sitting there.
Okay.
Or I mean, I just put them there. But
Okay.
all right. So that was my horse wagon. I'm gonna transport the brocade or fabric or whatever.
That's the brocade.
And then I'm going to use this. What was I doing with this? I had to do something with that.
I'm not
Oh, I know what it was. It was to get this guy to make this building, right? Okay.
Okay.
And then hold on. Then these 2 go up here,
Wow. Okay, we're gonna
right?
finish that.
So
one.
that's the thing as I thought if I had that last person. Okay, so that's it. I'm
Okay.
done.
Speaking of which, I'm going to the village to get a craftsman.
So next round, what I'll do is I'll move this guy to here, so I know I'll have a person for the market
Okay.
stand.
Which gets me a gear.
And you have 1, 2, 3, only
Okay.
3 now at the. That's done. Good.
That's done.
Wow, I feel really confident.
I do not feel confident at all. But you are the one who is good at working these last turns out. Okay, so I'm going here to walk down there.
Whoa! What about that?
Oh, sorry. First
You're gonna do that. Okay, yeah.
Sorry.
Build a fort.
Then I walk. And fall down.
And then lay down.
You're gonna wake him
So
up.
tired.
Okay. Then I'm coming here
Alright, so
to
now we've
send
got-
4 up here. I need Dower back. I mean, give me the 5. I need, and then 4 needs to go up here.
Oh, I
Sorry,
see.
I didn't
That's okay.
do that one.
1, 2, 3, 4. So that's for
Okay.
you.
That goes up there, and then I'm building a gear. Which is
Isn't
here.
that what this is
I
already?
built 2. I built a craftsman. And
Oh wow! Oh, so you can double it up. That's
yeah,
good. Okay,
I
good
told
job.
You that
Jesse.
was,
Yeah.
Didn't I say I was going to take care of that?
I don't know. I was thinking about that Hugo Weaving thing, so I'm kind of distracted. It sounds so stupid. It's so tempting to me for me to bring up the insubordination thing, but I'm not going to do that. I can kind of bring it up. Ready? Okay, so now we're going to do. Yeah, you're done.
Yep.
Okay, you placed your things.
Yep.
Okay, rats. Oh, rats. So we're gonna
1
1
grain.
and 2 cheese.
That's from peanuts. 2 cheese. Wow.
So that's quite a bit.
The rats ate the food in this
I'm
warehouse.
so hungry.
It's too bad. Look at the one they didn't eat.
I know, the
We
wine.
got
We
plenty
have
of
like
it.
tons of wine. That's okay. All right, so now the next round. Witch Hunt. The team loses 6 development points. Well, actually, it's good that I did this because it's 2. Oh, it doesn't matter. There's no reason to have that.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Anyway.
Yep. In fact.
Oh, in fact, you could go down just to go over the 5 again.
Yeah.
That's interesting. 1, 2, 3.
We've got
4.
We got 3 turns left.
5, 6, 7. Doesn't it seem like we have a lot more, less than that? Okay, I'm gonna complete this thing.
Well, I've got a good draw here.
I'm gonna complete this. Did you hear me?
Do
Do you have a lot of?
I could
farmers?
complete it too.
I'll do it.
I don't have enough farmers to get 5 out.
I have 2. How many do you have? None.
I've got a bunch in my bag. I mean, I have some in my bag.
Market
Wow,
standard.
could we really have done the farmers? Look, I've got 3 in my bag.
We could. I don't know. I think
I
it's.
wonder if we should. Who would we do it instead of this? Do we need instead of this, maybe?
Well, I've already started that. I already told
I
you.
know, but still, if you can send 2 up right now, and I send this guy, and I send this guy
I can
up,
send 1 up. No, I'm gonna send him. Oh, I see what you're saying.
then I could send 2 up. We could finish.
Oh,
We
I
could.
have to
We
finish.
might
Hold
have
on
an
a second, I
easier.
gotta do this though.
Why? Oh, because you have to save her. Wow.
Oh wait, I put this blue over here, and I don't need to. Actually,
I mean,
yeah, you send the brown the craftsman up.
if I send
You
the
send the
craftsman
craftsman.
up, should we go? Then
No,
you
no.
send both
then I'll
whites
send,
up.
well, I'll do this
Let's
anyway.
go
just
for
to
the
see.
whites. Let's go.
Just to see.
I know. I think it's a good strategy.
Well, here's one. Actually, this is actually interesting.
Uh-huh.
Like normally we go all in on a strategy, which makes sense because you don't want to just sort of do 2 goals. But the thing is, depending on what we draw and depending on like how the timing works out, like if we're close to 2 goals and we won't be able, because sometimes we play this game where we get in a situation where we're like one of us has to draw a knight or we're not going to be able to draw the knight track, finish the knight track, and that's on the last turn. So if we have one of these goals that's like for some reason we can't quite finish it, it'd be nice to have another one because I actually think somehow we're ahead of the game. Do we have too many of these or something?
We are not ahead of it. We are not.
Did we do a turn twice or something?
No. You'll know. This game is so hard. It's not.
16, 17, 18. Is that right? Is that the required number of turns? 18? Give me that, please.
It's right. It's 18.
Just hand it to me.
It's
Please.
18.
All right.
It's
I'm
9
locking it.
A's, 8 B's, and then the C.
Okay, sure. I believe
That's
good.
6. That's 18.
It just seems like it seemed like we were much.
Not to me, it didn't.
It seemed like we were behind, and now it seems like we're ahead.
It doesn't seem like we're ahead to
All
me.
right, ready?
No, I'm not. I still got a blue. I gotta do something with. Okay, you're gonna build her house, but I do need that cheese. If I'm gonna send up 2 grain and a cheese. So maybe I do need to prepare to ship.
I like it. I'm locked in, so.
Um,
Mind if I just go and you can kind of
Yes,
maybe
I'm ready.
don't lock in. You don't have to
I'm
necessarily lock
locked
in
in.
because then you
I'm
can kind of
locked
use it. Okay, so I'm gonna build the guild hall, right here, or
trade house.
trading station, and that
You're
allows
gui-
her to.
It's
escape
weird. You're
somehow.
guild hauling to build a trading station. It's
Yeah.
okay.
So
you
she's
saved
gonna
her.
go to me.
That's very rare that we save her.
Okay, then I'm gonna sell. This. Yeah, I'm gonna sell this. How much do I get for wine? How much is wine? $3.
That's right up there, $3.
Okay, so I'm gonna sell wine for $3. Oh, wait a minute! I can't buy this brocade though, or the wool.
You can do 2 things.
I know.
Right.
So, I mean, the reason why I thought I could do that and then throw those up.
We don't need it though. That's the weird thing. Like that's what if we
Hold
lose
on, do
because
we
we're
need-
splitting our attention. It's weird that we don't actually need.
So
This
hold on
goal
a second. Hold on,
anymore.
hold on.
Maybe
so
you
I'm gonna
should-
I'm gonna keep one of the dollars,
Uh-huh.
which completes my goal. Right. And then I am gonna buy. Should I buy a cheese to throw up? I can do that right now. I'm gonna do that now.
Yes, you should.
Okay. Then I'll buy a cheese for the second action, right?
Okay.
Okay. And then I'm gonna do transport, and I can throw either to the board or here. So that means I can put one here and some here, right? I just can't split between players and board.
I believe that's right.
Right? So now next I'll do this. I'll repeat that and I'll put one here, and if we need more there, I can do that. Right. Okay. Then I'm gonna send these two farmers up here, right? And then I am done. So what do we need now? You're gonna throw up $4 more.
I'm going to take my action. I'm doing the laboratory to get a gear, which is over here, which goes into there. I'm sending this guy up, which gets us the council. And that he went there. Okay, I'm going here to send $4 here. Get one back.
Perfect. And how does
We've
it?
still need $2 more here, which I have to send up. So I will finish that next turn.
Mm-hmm.
I'm coming here to wagon. Sorry, I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm coming here to wagon here.
Wait.
This.
Hold on. Can you do it another way? So can you throw this one up instead? Because I can buy.
Throw what one up?
I'm wondering if you should go that way
Get the Brocade.
instead of the.
Here's my. I just want to make one point here. Well, so what have I not done? I haven't done the wagon.
Yes.
Okay, so let me just put these there. All right, so I just want to make one point. It feels like we're going to have an abundance of citizens saved, and I want to make sure
We need 2 more citizens saved, right?
right. So we're going to get one from this, right?
Uh-huh.
And then the weird thing is,
Right.
we're going to be able to send up enough farmers.
Are we?
Well,
How many
I've
farmers?
got 3 in my bag.
But you'd have to draw them all.
I'd have to
and
draw
send
them
them
more
all.
in the next 3 turns.
I only have 1 left. But I
So-
mean, like, this is an easier goal than that.
It is now an easier goal than that. Yes, I mean, I could avoid throwing mine up, sure. Okay, so, but where we're going to lose is this, if we
Correct.
lose.
So I can
let's
sell
solve
this.
that.
I can sell this with a market stand.
Mhm.
I'm gonna sell this, and I'm gonna get $3 more, right?
Mhm.
And I can use that. And then I can buy a cheese, or I can buy a.
So if you get a cheese and send it, and then I get these 2 grain and send them. So turn 1, turn 2,
Yeah, we
and then
still
turn
would
3,
need
I
this.
send it.
I really would love it
But
if you
that's
got
the one that we don't really need. But what we do really need is this.
we do
So
that is
we
it,
have
that
to-
is we have to do that.
And it needs to be done twice.
Mm-hmm.
But you could do it twice instead of me, and then I wouldn't gain the.
I mean, here's the thing too, by the way, is that like, if you. Here's the thing is like, we're not really teaming up too well here, because like my thing is that like if I had enough money, I could just buy 2 things outright easily. But I need to generate the money by selling something, and I can't sell enough to buy that. The wool. So that's the only thing I need for this. So you can walk over the wool and send the wool up quite easily, right? I can water way up and get another one of these, right?
We need 2 grain.
2 grain and 1 cheese, right?
2 grain.
I mean, I could come down. Actually, I could come down here and pick up the grain and the cheese,
Well,
and I could use this to buy the
1,
last thing that
2,
we need.
3.
Yeah,
It
perfect.
would cost you 3 actions to get those
Well,
2
okay,
grains.
look at this.
But you could sell. You could trade
I
your
can
grain.
go down on a ship, and then I can horse wagon, which is very easy for me, and get those 2, and then I can sell this thing for the last grain, and that will be 2 grain and 1 cheese. I can do it quite easily, I think. Whereas it will be very difficult for me to get that last wool to put up.
It's easy for me to go get the wool. The only thing I want to point out is
We don't have to do that.
we
goal,
might not have to. We probably don't have to do that.
But it's a
goal,
very easy
but
goal to
this
do.
one,
I understand,
could
but what
kill
I'm
us.
telling you is that like this is hard for me to do. That's easy.
but you could trade for it.
I have to. I have to sell this.
I just worry that we're not going to have enough time to put these up here.
So if I walk over those 2,
Right. Well,
I
think
can.
about
I can.
it. That's-
My next turn,
one.
I can do that easily.
You could do both of these.
Easily. And
Then you have to get this. That's another turn.
What?
And then you have to
no,
send
I don't
it.
need to do that. I only
Oh,
need
'cause
those
you
2.
trade
Because
it?
I'm going to
But
trade
then
the wine.
You also have to have time to send up here
It's
twice.
1 action.
It's got to be done twice, though, right?
No, it's one action. One, two, three.
1, 2, 3.
So, but if you get the brocade and throw the brocade up on here, that'll be done. Rather than hoping that you'll draw all of your farmers.
Okay, I'm willing to try it.
Yeah. I mean, I wish I didn't spend all that time if we were going to just do the farmers, but to me, like, do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I need to, like, I can't possibly finish this goal because I'd have to spend 2 actions to go grab that, where I could just do that and it's easy.
It's a really interesting design decision we're at, because if you're right and we have enough time for you to gather the wheat and the cheese and put it up here, then it makes sense to go and do this and give us the benefit in case we don't do this one. The other strategy would be like, let's both work on this one goal.
I can do
that's
it easily next
dangerous.
time. I'm trying to tell you.
Okay, let's do it then.
So
I'm going to walk up here and get this brocade.
But we do. Oh, you have the money to throw up there next turn.
I have the money to throw up there next turn.
Yeah. So that'll be done. Okay, I'll do this next turn. You do this next turn. And then, so you're going to go up north instead,
I'm going
right?
to go up north, and I might go get this cheese just in case.
If you needed to. Okay,
just in case. Okay, so let's do it. So I'm
wagoning
this way to get this brocade, which I'm going to send up there. I'm going to... That's it. I guess I've done the rest.
Okay. Good? All right. Witch hunt. We use 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right?
Yeah, that's
And then if you wanted to, for whatever reason, we're not going to need to, by the way. But all right, then we're going to do this. This one is harvest. Each player must pay 1 grain, cheese, wine, or 5 coins. Well, now I'm glad we... Oh, wow. That really
1 grain, cheese, wine. No, I'm going to throw this away.
Yeah.
But you...
Each
what are you
player
going to
wants to pay. Oh, we'll see. Let me just put on... Let's see what I get for people. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Okay, I don't know
5.
where these guys went.
They go in your bag. You pulled them off for... Well, you did something. You pulled them off. I remember watching you do that.
This is what I always do. I
always
make up.
By the way, I did say I was pulling this guy back. I mentioned that before. Sorry.
Okay.
I did look at that when you did that. I looked at them and thought to myself, Jesse's never going to remember those guys. 2, 4, 6, 7. There's no reason I wouldn't have done this because I can't fill that anyway.
You did say you were going to do it.
Okay, so I can horse wagon. I can. Oh, it's ship that I need. I am tempted a little bit just to not get this done, just to.
Okay, well, there's my last gear.
I could even do the gear. You don't. You only.
It's one guy for me to do the gear.
We did something. We took 2 extra turns or something because this is the easiest game we've ever had of this.
You say that, but it's gonna happen at the last action. So
hold on.
I'm not so sure.
I mean, you're gonna put the gear up.
I'm gonna get the last gear, and I'm gonna send the last $2. 1, 2.
I'm gonna sell this. Oh, but that's the problem is that I need. You're gonna sell in the brocade up.
And I'm gonna send the brocade up.
Oh, wait. Yeah, I know how to do it. I'm gonna get a farmer. That's how I'll do it. Okay.
Well, I've got lots of stuff I could still do. I could travel by sea and get that cheese, and then I could send the cheese up here.
Let me take my turn real fast.
Oh, no.
And don't lock in, because then you can just see what to do if I do something wrong.
Wait, you sure you don't want to coordinate? Because I can send up the brocade and a cheese.
That's all I need to do.
I can send up a cheese too.
I'm going to collect the cheese right now. Where are you getting cheese?
I could I could go through this waterway and get this cheese. It's quite easy for me.
I don't know. We don't even need. I have extra guy too. It doesn't matter. Like, we're totally acing this turn.
Even if we do it this turn, then even
Send
if we did a turn twice.
Send up your farmers just for fun.
Okay. If we do it this turn, then.
No, I wish I got my farmer. Did I just put my ship in? I think I. Oh, but I don't have anybody to replace them. Oh, that would have been kind of cool to send up. To finish even more goals. We had to have done something wrong.
Well,
we doubled the turn.
We doubled the turn, but if we solve it this turn, then even if we double the turn, it would be okay. Okay, so what I can do is I can get another farmer just in case. I've got these 2 guys, which I know
he wants to be a farmer. He has a couple of acres.
I'll just put him somewhere.
Okay, I'm gonna ship. Takes me down here, and then I'm gonna wagon. This guy, right? And then I'm going to build a farmer, which gives me this and a cheese, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to, we need one cheese and one, okay, so then I'm going to sell this. We have to give up a wine. Yeah, I'm going to sell the cheese for $2, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dollars, and I'm going to buy a wheat for $1, right?
Okay, so we're not going to be able to do it on this turn. We're going to have to do
Hold
it
on
on
a
the
second,
very
hold on.
last turn.
Where's my, okay, and then I'm going to, oh, that's what I
Yeah,
forgot.
that's what you forgot. Well,
Did
you
I
do
read-
have white and a brown.
Huh? No, they were in there before.
Well,
Hold on, that's a good. I totally forgot, Jesse. Look at that. Look at, I got all cocky.
yeah, you did get cocky.
Oh wait, no, because these guys would have been here. I must have did it. No, I didn't. I did this. I got a farmer. That's what I did.
Okay, well, you didn't need to
This,
do
hold on a
that.
second. No, this guy was here. I had to do that.
Yeah.
This guy was here. This is the farmer I would have just gotten, right? I know how to do it. You're gonna send me a farmer. Can you send me a farmer? You don't have a monk, huh?
Nope, don't have a monk. Didn't buy a single monk.
Well, that's a bummer. I felt really better about doing that this round. Well, Jesse, I lied to you.
It's all right.
I can't throw that up, but I can lose that.
All right. Well, I haven't done my turn yet, so I'm throwing 2 farmers up.
I wish I had one more person I could have palentated for
I'm
you.
spending $2 here, which completes our 10. You want to trade this for a 10?
Uh-huh.
Okay, that's our money done. I got a farmer just in case we need it. That gives me a wine and a farmer. And I got our last gear, which gets us that citizen. And I got here.
Wait, hold on a second. Each player must pay 1 green cheese or.
So I transported the brocade up. That's our last citizen.
Wait. So. No, it doesn't matter.
So now we've got all our citizens. Now each player plays as my wine.
So the only thing left to do is to put this on that board.
That's right.
So if
we didn't
if we
double up
a turn, which I just want to see, could we have done? I would have been missing this guy here.
You probably could have done that. Did you get rid of the...
I did.
the
I
one?
need to give you one.
All right, so, but we do have this in the bag now. We're winning it on the very last turn.
All right, so then this is just invasion.
We don't really even need to...
1,
Do this turn, do we?
4, 5. I'm really curious if while you're editing it, you see 6, 7. They're both whatever blue. So,
So look, there's farmers up to complete that goal.
and this is I'm moving that up. Like, can I even like do something to?
Penalize yourself?
No, just I'm like it would be kind of cool to like complete another.
Well, we are going to complete the farmer, so we are going to get an excess citizen, which is very rare.
I really feel like we do.
We
You know what it
must
was? I
achieve it.
think this was it.
What?
Because it's so hard to get that,
Yeah.
right?
Well, let's enjoy our victory. Let's assume we didn't. I don't think we did. I mean, we were pretty good about it.
So can I wait? Just for funsies. So this completes the game for us. This right here. Okay.
Correct.
Okay. So before you lock in,
Whoa, what happened? All right, we're back. Our light turned off on its own. It was like God saying you cheated.
like my board gets hit by lightning. So I'm just wait before you do anything else.
Okay, I'm just
what I want to
doing-
know is like, can we complete this goal? We had to have cheated. We lost by one move like we always do. That's the way I'm looking at
I
this
don't
game.
buy it. First of all, I think we could have done it last round. We could have figured a way to get you to put 2 things on here. Like even I could have just done it. I could have done it, and you could have palentated it.
That's what I said, but you couldn't have.
I'm sure I could have.
I don't know. That's
I
why.
mean,
That's
I
why.
have
That's
other-
why. But
oh,
I couldn't have palentated because I didn't have an extra person.
But you did have extra people. You sent them
I don't
to
think
do
I did.
other
I said,
stuff.
well, no, I used the farmer so I could get that and I wouldn't be penalized. What was the penalty here? Each player or pay 5 coins? Yeah, that would have been like.
I feel like I don't feel like we cheated, and I feel like
Okay,
we could.
is there any way to
We
complete
just
this
played
goal?
masterfully.
Is there any way to complete that goal?
To put how much money? How much money do we have to put up there?
$10.
Of course not. We can only throw 4 at a time. We'd both have to throw 4, and that still wouldn't do it.
Let's try though. Let's try to get as far as we can on it.
I don't have any money.
Make some money. Find a way to make some money.
Well, I could go here and get.
Yeah, you can get
Victorian.
$5 right there. Look at that. Boom. So if I do that, how can I make money? As long as I collect some. Yeah, I'm gonna go wagon and a.
It still only puts $8 up there, Greg.
I know, but it just gets us closer. It's fun.
Okay.
You're like.
I just feel like I feel like we won. I don't know. There's
Oh,
no
I
reason
think
to.
Yeah, we gotta try to like.
I mean, this is a very fun game to play. If I edited it and find we cheated, then we might have to play this again.
You ready?
Yeah, I guess I'm ready.
All right, so I'm gonna do. Sorry, no, this one. I'm gonna
Well,
do,
before you win the game, I should do
This.
my other stuff. Before you win the game, let me take
No,
my
no.
turn.
Oh,
so,
yeah,
so,
okay,
'cause-
okay.
so there's our
Yeah,
last
you go.
farmer that gets us a bonus citizen.
Yeah, I don't want the second one though.
Okay, then scriptorium, which gets me $5, and then I'm sending 4 up there, into there.
I'll give you 1, and I'll send 1, 2, 3, 4.
And then I get another farmer and a gear. I
You
guess
want to be a
we don't
farmer.
need it. That's
There's a
it.
couple
I don't
of
need
eggs.
anything more.
Okay, so then I'm gonna go moving wagon here, and then another wagon here, which gives me these 2. And then I'm gonna do this, which sells them for what is it? 5,
Mm-hmm.
6, 7, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to do this to put 4 of the 7. So 1, 2, 3, and plus 4 plus your 4 would be 8. So that's this, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and then I have to reveal to you now.
You're the trader.
I'm the trader. I'm not going to put this stuff up. And then I'm going to stick with these guys. 1, 2. It is hard to like coordinate sometimes in this game. I don't know what that is.
Well, I mean, we've won the game. If we haven't cheated,
If we didn't
which
cheat.
I don't. Aside from the fact that we did take us to the last turn to win.
One action. So if we cheated and accidentally, like when we put the knight thing over there or something, we did it twice or something, then we would have lost the game by 1 turn, which is.
But
what
I think we
always-
would have fixed. I think
by
we
one
would have
action.
been able to find a way to not. If we knew that was our last turn,
We would have probably.
I think we
spent
could have
the
figured a
time-
way.
yeah.
I think I had enough spare stuff. But I mean, we did. If assuming we didn't cheat, it did take us to the last turn, and I feel like we had a pretty good game there. We got very lucky. We got that woman, which I normally
which is
don't
crazy is that like we did every goal and we're $2 away from this goal too, which is bonkers. Like, I mean,
Well, that's the other thing, Greg. If we had known we had 1 turn short, we may have picked one of those to go for.
and it would have been. I mean, it seemed crazy to have done all that work for that
I
one.
know,
and just,
but you know, it's like sunk
but-
cost.
But the thing that I would agree with that in general, but what I don't like is I don't like it in this game when we get to the last turn and we say I have to draw 2 knights
I agree.
out of
That's
that.
painful.
So that's why this seemed like folly to me. But I mean, it is now Jesse always has he always knows the word for this. Like he's like, yes, that's called like psycho grain affair. Like I forgot. I wish we didn't hit enough grain. Like, and I'm regretting it. And you're like, that's called grain regret or whatever.
Grain regret.
Like, it's always something. But we it's because like we normally we need every last action, and we've lost like I mean, the last 3 times I played this, if I had it to guess, it would be that we've lost the last three games by one action. And having it be that tight and then having a whole extra round, basically, to achieve even more goals,
well,
doesn't seem right to me.
It's interesting. I mean, I didn't go insane with gears like I normally go. That helped us, maybe. I had a couple good turns.
But, well, when you think about the grain thing, it's interesting, or the grain thing, now I'm saying grain thing. When you think about the gear thing, like, you know, it was interesting because when I looked over here and I said, look, you're going to take this action 2 more times. So if you put a person here to put a gear there, then you're really only saving one person.
It's true that very quickly,
right?
The gears stop being so useful.
I felt like in the beginning of the game I was slogging. I wasn't doing as well as I should. I got a lot of monks, which helped me later to like take those actions. But it's really funny how the first turn or two made a big difference because I was hedged into I just had gotten the merchant to try to get the herb garden, but then I didn't have the boatman, and I drew like I didn't draw the boatman or something. I drew like the merchants, and I kind of that just pushed me to start making the go to the monastery instead, and it kind of like truncated the way my beginning game went. But like, but it is funny to look at the gears and think, because I had the thought like, oh, I should have built more gears because I'm not using, but this is a no-brainer. I use this action most of the game, so that makes sense, right? So there is a point when the gear is not. It seems like, well, if you could build one, fine, but like, I mean, it definitely, this building, the laboratory, seems broken in a way, because it did help us to do this quite easily, of course.
For sure.
And gearing it up is like great as well. But I mean, essentially, it almost makes this tradesman a wild in a way, because like if you can put him there, you're saving an action for yourself later. So
this for that is amazing.
I mean, putting this gear on the horse wagon is insanely good, right? Because it's one thing quickly instead of 3, right? The horse wagon is a great.
We did some inefficient stuff. We did a couple,
and we still won somehow. We definitely, I'm like really. I'm not gonna watch this whole thing again. So, like, I mean,
I'll have to watch it when I edit it, so I'll probably catch it.
No, because you're gonna have to watch, and you have to be like, you're gonna have to really watch it and see, like, did we put the tile down here? Or we didn't.
But we did do a couple things differently that we haven't done before, and this actually was pretty easy. Like, this is the first time we've done that, I believe, and it's actually not that hard to do.
Well, the thing is when you're building towards the farmers, you're getting these goods,
and they're useful. The farmers come up a lot.
Well, yes, and also you're getting these goods to fill that with, right?
Yeah. So I think
that
maybe
is a fair strategy.
Like it's also useful to look at how many turns each space. Like this takes. You can double up sometimes, but this takes 3 turns and that's done.
Well, that's true. This only takes 2 turns, but you have to gather all that stuff. But the wasn't that I thought that this was the goal we should go for.
I know.
It was that had
the engine and the cards.
I built those. Stuff. Now, if instead of gathering these up off the board using a route that was efficient to build the forts, then I would have had those to be able to put up there easier, and it would have changed the nature of the game. But because I had gathered, because in the beginning of the game I thought like, man, I wish I wasn't grabbing so many of these, because what I really need is the other pieces.
Now the other thing that we found was tricky was money. Like, at some point you're like, how do I get money? It's weird that it's hard to get money.
Because I think often when I'm in a situation where I need money, when we're in our planning process of like, how are we going to get money? I'll pick a building like this and think like...
Yeah, having a building that gets money is kind of...
I took them out of here, but usually if I know, I'll take... there's one that's really good for... Where is...
Is Market the...
No, it's this one. I put a gear over the scholar, and then I use that just to generate money. So the seller is actually quite useful. That's a 2 as well. And I mean, I have tried in the past. I think this one is another one. So I'll try to do that.
And I guess you could have
put a gear up that, and I'll move up there. So you're doing a double thing, right? Where you're getting money moving up this track, and you're getting money every time you move. So that's a pretty good one too. And that is a 1. That's the thing about that. I'll get this early. That'll be my first building, and then I'll buy the other, the gear to go over it or whatever. But I have in the past, I think, maybe in competitive games, again, the 10 or 12 range of games we played is just cooperative. I've played a number of times another way. But I've done stuff where I've like tried to there's a building that makes the tailor shop. I've tried to take in a competitive game, take this tailor shop and match it with like the market stand.
Or just they're worth victory points. This is each one of these is 5 victory points. You can win the competitive game just by building one of these and every turn popping out a brocade.
Well, it's the same thing either way. So whether or not you make this, and
there's
then
no
sell
reason you don't have to transfer it. You don't have to transfer. Okay. All right. Well, let's wrap up here. You'll be able to watch.
Well, hold on. Do you want to? I just want to. Well, do you want to like? I want to just talk about this game maybe a little bit more. I just want the opportunity.
Sure.
Maybe I just want to see.
I mean, we want to give a full review of it, so leave everything out. But sure, we can talk about this particular game.
But for this particular game, like in this game also, you did your normal strategy, which was to get knights.
Mm-hmm.
And
took me a while to get
and to use the gears up, right? Which are both making your engine much more efficiency.
And the nice thing about the knights, you get rid of them.
Yeah, I mean, normally what you do is gear these up, but for some reason, now here's another point of how we normally do this.
I didn't travel much in this game.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Is usually I think one of us handles this, but in this game, I built 4 and you built 3.
It's true. Usually one of us does most of the travel and building.
Maybe that's not the strategy. Is to each split. And no, you know what it is though? It's because in some games it really makes a difference, the different goal things, because there's one of them that forces your person back to Orleans. And so when you do that, you have to move all the way back down the board again, right? Mm-hmm. And so because we didn't get that, but we got hit with some pretty bad ones. We got hit with, but we also got some beneficial
I feel like we got pretty lucky with them.
Like this one is a really, I don't care about. Rats. This one, getting this one late is harmful. This would have been bad if we had to.
Can you imagine? This is a little weird. You get this on the second to last. This is a B. You could get that on your second to last turn, and just have a victory stolen from you.
Well, but that's why playing this game a number of times can show you like get those other goals done earlier. That way, if you do get this, then you have a way of building a building or changing your strategy, right?
I don't know. If this came second to last, I would leave a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah, but to be fair, this thing will come up early, and we won't have. We've gotten this a number of times where we have nothing in there.
Yeah, this should be like a B. It should be like
no, because if you get one of the earlier ones, it's like useless.
Yeah, but if you came up the second to last turn,
well, let me ask you:
how would you get it?
Is it better to have A, B, and C pile? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I think there should be
this
A,
is
B,
a
and C
beneficial
pile.
one that we got. This is beneficial. This one, it's really rough, but it didn't really kill us that badly.
Well, it's good you spotted that it was a 1/2.
Yeah. I mean, this one is not that bad either when you can pick them. The plague one and the support one can screw us.
We actually got pretty lucky when you think about it.
You used that $4
This turned out to actually
help us. The good wins one.
Yeah, we got.
I mean, the gears one, that's pretty rough too because we got it pretty early and stuff. And we got this donation one right away. I mean, that was
that helped.
The earthquake one is not bad for us because
we know
it's
not bad for anyone.
We picked which ones we want in the beginning of the game, and this one you cannot use the town hall. That's always an A. It's a giveaway as well. But I mean, it's an A and it's in the game. I mean, I don't know how many lightning bolts did we get.
I would say this is the only one that I feel like.
No, you always say to get rid of. Oh, that's
no, this is the only one that if
no,
it
you
came
said to get
out,
rid of this one.
Not. Yeah. I don't like this one for sure. I like getting rid of this.
I just want to see
this is the only one that could ruin the game for you.
So we only got 2 lightning bolts in that game. Mm-hmm, so that's actually not too bad.
And we got a bunch of cards that didn't hurt us.
I think that maybe that is it because in some of the other games, we've gotten hit with more lightning bolts. There's robbery, famine. No, there's only 2 more lightning bolts. And they're both Bs, so the odds of getting... Each player must return 3 followers to the supply. That's not too bad, though. Destroy a fortified tower. Each player must pay goods worth 5 VP. Yikes. So that wouldn't have hurt us as bad that game, because we could That's another one.
That's another one.
If you got it late on it,
Although you have some control. You could do that in one turn. This seems like it's harder to do in one turn.
Well, you'd have to generate them all and then put them all up in one go. So
it seems like it could be
impossible.
And if you weren't in the neighborhood,
if you've been lax in that goal the whole game, so that's one reason that that's probably one to complete earlier.
I think that's right.
But I don't even see the one that we get that moves your person back to Orleans. Do we not? I don't even see that person here.
Well, they're not all here, right?
Well, no, I just pulled the ones from the side.
Maybe that's only in the competitive version.
But this one we didn't get. Each player receives coins equal to their progress on the boatman track. That would have given me the $5. Yeah, here it is. Summon, return your merchant of Orleans or pay 5 coins, which is just says return your person. Then this one, oh yeah, we didn't get this one either. Each player must discard a monk or remove a citizen tile.
Oh my God! Remove a citizen tile.
That's insane. Although we would have won at that time.
You
too.
could go. You'd have time to go get a monk though, at least.
During that round?
During that round.
Yeah, but if you didn't have one of these people, you wouldn't be able to do it. So, I mean, there has to be some pushback, right? I do think it's crazy that we were so close to getting 2 extra citizens.
That is crazy.
But you know what? When she leaves, we almost that's almost a free event because like
we're
rarely gonna get her. So who cares?
Yep.
I don't think I played peak, which is funny because like I felt like the beginning of the game I was really struggling. To get my engine going the way I normally would. And this game, like, but yet we won this one. So, and the big differences again were that you didn't gear this up.
I didn't go crazy.
We split that.
I did a couple wasted gears. Like this was a nonsensical gear.
And I feel like this game we also worked together less. In normal games, we use the hostile and the palatinate a couple of times. Palatinate, excuse me. Palatinate. And there has been games where I've sent you goods for your goal or money or whatever. I do think this is not. Oh, we got even 2 more, but we didn't do all this thing either. I do think that these goals really make a big difference.
Sure, but that's a hard goal. That takes 2 citizens. I don't know why we were able to get so many citizens.
That's crazy. I mean, the councilman. You're sending a ton of people up, so
that's hard.
I mean, you're thinning
not only
your
that,
bag
but it makes that so much harder to do.
This innkeeper, 16 victory points in grain, cheese, and wine.
That's not that bad. You get that market.
That's
harder.
That one's much harder because you're building 2 more things. I think that if we had gotten a harder assortment, of course, the fisherman is always so easy. I love using the fisherman for some reason. I don't know. There's something. It's because like. If we don't have a fisherman-based goal, we usually just say screw the fisherman. We're not gonna do that track or whatever. But this, of course, we didn't get anywhere near either.
Never.
But I mean, maybe it might be worth it to move up this track and do it.
So you say that it's like one starts out the game thinking let's try the farmers, but it's actually quite hard to get them up there.
This is probably
you can only get 1 per turn.
You know what? And honestly, 1, 2, 3. We didn't complete 3 of the 6 tracks. So it is kind of a hard.
That's impossible.
It's not impossible. You could see that that's more of a benefit by the way. For people to specialize in a 4-player game, you need to get more.
4-player game would be easier for that to get moved up.
You would have a player that was getting all the farmers and then just using them on buildings that generated. And that's interesting too, is that these don't scale at all for players counts. Some of them say per player, but like breaking 2 buildings or breaking some of the gears.
Well, no, look, that's scaled.
Oh, you're right. It is.
Scaled.
Okay, yeah, that's good. I'm glad you pointed that out. Yeah. So
we should stop talking because this is stuff that should go in our review maybe. All right. Well, thanks for watching the playthrough, and I mean you'll have to.
You said thanks for watching. Yes. You did. You said
thanks for watching the playthrough. That's different. That's not the catchphrase.
Splitting hairs there. Splitting hairs.
And but you'll have to watch our review to get our final thoughts. Orlean Invasion.
Gears of the Game. Thanks for watching Gears of the Game.
Today on Co-op for Two, Greg and I travel to medieval France to defend the great city of Orleans in Orlean Invasion.
What does that mean?
What do you mean?
To defend? Is that what, to play us out? To end the episode? What's happening now?
I'm trying to think.
Are you having a stroke?
Did I not?
Yeah, you didn't do it right because like we did this like 10 times already. But that's okay, Jesse. We're gonna.
No, we're going through.
We're going through.